Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good.
How was
Good.
how was your weekend or Thanksgiving rather? I'm all confused.
Oh no, we had ours in the Canada a while ago.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
just as-
So just a regular day.
I just assumed that the continent is all the United States of America.
Yeah, you would think so. But we did.
When is
I think
when is Thanksgiving in Canada?
I don't know. I know what happened.
Oh, gotcha.
I think it's October actually. Huh. Canadian Thanksgiving. Or do they do like the third weekend or something? Is that how they do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I think it's before ours. Their Thanksgiving is before ours.
October
Mhm.
hold on. October it's gonna be October 9th in 2023.
Yeah.
Ah, well, you tell them to change that and have it at the same time, so I'm not confused.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Not sure if I can I'll try to reach. Does Justin Trudeau have a Twitter?
Gee, I don't know. I usually see him just all over the place with videos, and I'm just like, oh, that's enough. I don't know.
Still the best hair in politics, I
Oh
think.
my God, are you kidding me? Yeah,
Right?
beautiful hair.
A lot of people don't like him. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but like, how are you going to argue with that hair, though?
I know, I know. I mean, he could be the next Superman. He's got that whole Clark Kent hair thing going.
It's like the head of hair that Donald Trump could have only dreamed of.
Yes, completely, absolutely.
It's like if you're an old man and you went into the barber that makes the wigs for men, you'd be like, yo, give me the Justin Trudeau,
Exactly, exactly,
and then they'd vaccinate you.
exactly. And then you'd really need it, right?
I want a haircut.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, I don't understand.
Take away your truck.
Yeah, everything you
As
own,
if the Justin Trudeau is like a move, like a Hadouken.
yeah, you don't need that bank account. Bye bye.
What do you need that for? There wasn't that much in there to begin with.
Yeah, really. I hear you. But yeah, yeah.
How you been?
Okay. I've been better, but you know how it is. It's just
How
like
you feeling? Yeah, you have a session this weekend with Christian, eh?
I do. I was just, as a matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, I was in my Gmail looking to see when it was.
Oh, I can resend it to you, or
Uh,
like not resend it, but I think I'll find it in the calendar.
yeah, if you could. I mean,
Hmm.
and the other question is, we had that impromptu lesson or get together like a few days ago. Does that count as that date or no?
No, no,
Okay.
that was just because there was a last minute reschedule,
Okay.
and I was like, hey, is anyone kind of we were looking for someone to take the slot, and then I think we were in a space at the time. I can't
Right,
remember.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, they were just hanging out.
Yeah, I didn't want to inconvenience anybody if that,
Yeah, it was good. I,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
it's this whole thing is deceptively difficult because it's about getting out of your own way, and it's hard to move yourself out of your own way. I'm not even gonna say that like I'll say this right now. I'm okay at talking compared to most, but even like in the background while you guys are learning, I'm trying it, and like I don't like how I sound.
I don't know why you say that. You sound great. You sound better than anybody else.
But when you're when you know when there's something more in there,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Well, you're too hard on yourself then.
What I tried yesterday in the car is imagining if I'm just talking to myself, because I don't have to put on anything for myself. So I tried a few scripts in my head just to what if I were just talking to myself, not talking to anyone, just myself.
That's a good idea to try. But what element do you think you're missing? Like, I mean, when I think of my voice, I wish it was I wish I had a better sexy voice. I don't have a good sexy voice at all, in my opinion. And um I guess it comes with practice, the different. I mean, I know you can use like modulators to change accents, but it really would be nice just to be able to pull off a good Brooklyn accent. So I
It's
don't
weird
know.
though, like you never know what people are into, you know,
No, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
you, you know how they say you don't want to yuck someone else's yum? Well, what if your yuck was someone else's yum?
Yeah,
Right?
right, right,
For me, it's
right.
more, I know in my mind that I can hear my voice changing over time. So I see the direction that it's going in. And maybe that's Christian's point about like not trying to find your voice, but just letting it be whatever it is that day. That's an interesting one.
You say your voice is changing. Why do you think that is? Because of does age like make our vocal cords get droopy? I don't understand.
I'm sure they do, right?
You're younger than I am.
Um,
I'm 50.
but not so much physically, but every time I probably seen about 6 or 8 different groups of people go through the class. And
Okay.
um, you learn, it's interesting, like we started doing, you know, privates with Christian, with folks. And we noticed that the privates sometimes aren't as effective as the group sessions because you get to see other people do things and you know what I mean? You're always kind of,
Right.
so not like after, sorry, after you guys went through this course, um, I just started noticing, you know, when Christian's coaching other people and you take the coaching personally,
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I'm not sure what you mean by that,
like,
but I think I
like
know.
for example, with Hurls was, some people live, including myself, kind of in that broadcaster voice. And um, the idea of removing that filter from the picture.
I
Yeah.
see. Hmm.
So a lot of it for me is just removing things.
I, I'm not a, you know, an analyst by any sense of the word. Does that give you any anxiety?
No, not really. It's just things I notice now, which is,
I
oh,
see.
I'm doing that again. Oh, I'm doing that again.
I have to get better at doing that too.
Well, I mean, and I've known Christian for like 2 or 3 years now, so I'm still discovering things.
I say the word just way too much.
Mm. It's interesting though. Like I saw an interview. I've been looking at interviews with folks, and you know, even when Elon Musk is being interviewed, he says a lot. Nobody seems to mind at all.
Yes, but when I was in college, I used to never do that.
Mm,
I got complimented on that by my one of my Shakespeare professors. I took a lot of Shakespeare courses back
right.
then, and he said, "Why is it that Miss Ware is the only person that doesn't use and uhs when she speaks?" He was angry at the class for some dumb reason, and I don't know. But ever since, I don't want to say ever since then, but after law school, and started becoming a thing for me, and I'm not a fan. I mean, I don't mind if other people do it, but for me, it kind of, I feel ineffectual when I use that. But that's just me. I mean, sometimes it's just a natural filler. I don't want to use too much filler, and I need to get my enunciation back under control. South Jersey has this slang where you don't say all your words completely, and the T's and kind of the T's and words dull down, and it's just this vernacular, and it's not real English. So it doesn't, I would imagine, over a speaker, it doesn't sound as well. But yet if I change too much, then I lose kind of that home style brew. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think every time you step behind a mic is a chance to be someone
Yeah. Yeah.
different. I'm trying to pay attention to how I feel about it. Like, not how it sounds, but how I feel during the process.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that.
Like, was that true to me?
Well,
That's like the mark.
so are you playing the role for you, or are you playing the role to be that character? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't the purpose to be the character?
Um, Not necessarily for me.
Yeah, I can see where being a character would allow a person to experience and be ways that they would either prefer to be or want to try.
Yeah, for me, a lot of it was just removing all of the things that were added to my voice unconsciously through the years.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You've done a lot of things. I have a lot less life experience, so I'm trying. Relatability is a little bit of a issue for me. That's kind of why I kind of think I'm hampered in many ways. I don't have, you know, I don't have the same not even the same. I don't even have similar life experiences to relate to certain things. So I don't. It doesn't translate in a way that it would translate to most people, and so
You know,
I'm
uh,
reacting.
my friend Quinn has like a long running joke because he lives in a basement, and he has a lot of jokes about, you know, being embarrassed about living in a basement, essentially. And he told me that when he went to the States and he did that joke, he had Jewish people coming up to him and saying, "Oh man, that joke about the basement, you have no idea. My parents rag on me for living in a basement." And he was so surprised that there were people in the States that related to what he was saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. There are a lot of basement apartments in this country, for sure.
Oh, Lou, what's going on? I see the make
Hi
America
guys,
great again.
what's up, guys?
What's up? I see the Make America Great Again hat.
No, it's just a Nike. It's just a Nike cap.
Oh, you,
It's no MAGA.
you better watch out. They're gonna get you.
I'm Canadian, by the way, so
Oh,
I'm.
make Canada great again.
Yes, more like that. How are you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving yesterday. Melly B,
Happy thank we
how is the
Salute, salute
how
over
is the
there.
Bay Area
How
today?
are you? Um, it feels like a good day. Uh,
What's the weather
I
like
have
today?
my.
A lot of sunshine.
Oh, right now, there's sun. The sun's just now coming up. It's really nice.
I was in
My
Arizona.
mama.
I was in Arizona. I was in Scottsdale last week.
Yeah.
The weather was fantastic. I envy you guys.
Yeah, Scottsdale's really nice because it's like really hot during the day, and then at night it cools down. Desert life.
Yeah, I left the snow in Calgary and I met the sunshine in Scottsdale. I was like, this is November. You guys are super lucky. Arizona is a beautiful state.
Yeah, yeah. How long were you there?
Yeah, I was there for a conference just for 4 days.
4 days. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I hope to come back in the near future, though. I love the place.
Your first time there?
Sorry?
First time there?
No, maybe just a long back.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah, Arizona is really nice. Like, I was super impressed. And the cars,
Where
the
else have
city.
you been here?
I've been to Houston. I've been to New York. But I'm a kind of I'm very conservative. I don't like big city. So Scottsdale was really like a perfect retirement city. It's like I felt the peace. The city was very neat. All the cars were super neat. I was coming from a place where because of the snow, few days after the snow, all the cars are dirty. The road is dirty. you know um the snow has turned black brown. So I was really impressed with, and the restaurants are also beautiful. Like, I didn't feel there was any recession in that city. The restaurants were
Yeah.
packed. The Mexican, the Italian restaurants, all fully packed.
You don't really this is one thing that's kind of funny, but like the recession is real. Like, I mean, inflation is real, like all that. But people
Yeah,
here don't stop. It's like we just keep going. Like, I just saw somebody the other day. They were like they left California. They went somewhere else. I don't know where they went. I can't remember where. And they were
yeah,
like, "Oh my God, it's so cheap out there. It's like Bay Area
right,
prices have us like all fucked up."
right.
Where it's
I
like
was,
a burger here. My favorite burger costs $23. You know,
uh,
so
Wow.
I was watching a
that's
documentary on YouTube, and I learned a lot of Californians are really moving to Mexico. Some are even working from Mexico and working in California. Some commute every day. I don't know how that makes sense though, but commuting Mexico to California every day, like, it's
oh
crazy.
yeah, just crossing the border, just like the two of the border. That's there's a lot of that. A
Yeah.
lot. Um. Oh my God, you guys, my mom and my sister are coming. I'm gonna go
Is that
get them
good
at
news
the
or bad
airport.
news?
No, it's really good news. I get some help finally. I get some help for packing.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Where are they
And then
from?
they're in Tennessee.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, they live in Tennessee. My sister moved from Maine to Tennessee this year. She was in Maine. Um, yeah, most of my family have made their way to Tennessee. It's kind of funny. Since the
Yeah,
80s.
Tennessee's nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Nashville is a great city too, right? Is Nashville
Yeah.
good?
Nashville's nice. Yeah. I'm not really familiar with it. Like I'm going to Knoxville. Like, it's a university town. It's like the city itself, I think, is only like 200,000. I think that's what I looked at, or that's what I saw. But but the area, the Knox County area, is like a million, which is pretty big, compared to where I live. Like, the Bay Area is like, I think it's like 3 million people here where I am. Like, in the city that I live in the island, there's only 80,000. But the area itself, the metropolitan area, I thought I saw somewhere that's like 3 million people up here.
Wow. I grew up in a town that had 120 people, and the gas station was 7 miles away.
Well, Sandra, that's literally how I lived in Colombia. So I've done
Oh,
it
wow.
all. Like, I've had all the experiences, and what I
That's
know,
cool.
what I really know is how I've been living right now is how I love it. I live in a quote unquote suburb. Um, and then I have like the bumping and grinding of the two big cities right next to me. Like Oakland is just, through the tunnel. That's like 15 minutes to get to the downtown. Like that's where I used to go to the gym. And then 25 minutes to get to downtown San Francisco, just cross the bridge. But where I live, it's like quiet. Everything closes at 8 and 9.
Wow.
People, it's only 25 miles an hour. You can only go, the entire island is only 25 miles an hour. This is like quote unquote family oriented. It's like all the people from the city or, surrounding areas come here to have kids.
Is it a dry island, or is it are there is alcohol available there or no?
Oh yeah, here for sure. Yeah, like the tiki bar. I live behind like the block behind around the corner. Like a famous tiki bar. It's called Forbidden Island.
Oh,
Like,
cool name.
yeah.
Nice. Well, that's like
Hmm.
a destination to go.
Oh, yeah, it
Forbidden
is.
Island, Tennessee. Hold on, we're gonna do a little search here.
No, not Island, Tennessee. Some Bay
What?
Area.
I know, but you're leaving the Bay Area. That's not.
Oh,
That doesn't help us.
yeah, dude. I don't know what I'm doing, man.
Well,
All the decisions that I've been making are like out of like that. What is it? Fight or flight. But you know,
it's
this
okay. I
one.
mean, at least it's been thrilling. A lot of
Boy,
decisions in life are boring.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's a horror show and a suspense to see the clothes, the weight gain, the go up and down, the fluctuation.
Whatever. You're gonna meet some guy right when you get there, and he'll be like, "Man, if I could only meet somebody who was like really into skin," and you're gonna be like, "That's
Yeah,
me. I know skin," and he's like, "Dude, I have skin," and you're like, "I
yeah,
know," and it's like, big deal.
yes.
Maybe in
You know,
Tennessee they're just happy that you're not inbred, like the same couple families.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna be looking for an inbred family. I'm gonna make my way into one of those inbreded. Those
Well,
are those are blue blood.
yeah. Well, we in Daretown was where I grew up, and I don't mean it as an insult. In Daretown, when someone new came into the town, everybody got like super excited, and we had to remind each other not to come off as creepy, because we've all lived there since 1860s, and a group of us came in, and then before that, like I said, the church next to my house was established in like 1663 or so. So yeah, it's pretty sad.
When you talk of your hometown, I always think of the Adams family.
Oh yeah, yep, that's the
This is
vibe.
what this is how I feel, because your look too, just the look you have.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, oh
no,
yeah,
total Adams family, it really
totally.
is.
I'm like, oh, that's so
It's all
fun.
the same family since the 1600s, and extensions of that family. That's it.
You guys, this is insane.
Oh, wish I
This
could
is
help you.
insane. You guys don't even understand. And I had I had a storage, everybody has storage, right?
Oh,
Everyone's like, oh, I got storage, fucking storage.
yeah.
I had to put my entire spa boutique into storage in January of 21. So I don't even know, like the inventory, like I was so manic when I did this that day, and I just kept paying instead of going there and dealing with the stuff
Oh, believe me,
and
I'm in the same
sorting it.
boat.
And then I decided one day I was like, I can't afford another $300 bill anymore, and I just stopped paying it. Totally stopped paying it, and then it got auctioned off, and I'm not gonna get into the details of that, but it was like that was traumatic, even though it was like a choice that I was making. Okay, I know I'm not gonna pay.
Well,
Well,
what angers me about
fucking
what angers
idiot.
me about that stuff is like you tell them, and then they wait a year and then they auction it off. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Well, and that was the one thing. Here's, I mean, now that they auctioned it off 8 days before the end of the month, so they actually stole my shit. You know what I mean?
oh
But
my God, that's
I because I had an entire boutique. I had inventory. I had stuff. I had so much skincare stuff, and and I had goods. You know, I had a retail store, so I had Colombian goods. I had like jewelry, you know, from Colombian artists that I go and I would buy, you know, 12 of something or 20 of this or, you know, 5 of these. So they were like unique pieces, you know, that people would
oh,
get to buy over here, you know.
I'm sorry
So,
that happened. That's the worst.
well, you know, that's I was talking to someone and I was like, "Oh, I lost." And they were like, "No, you actually made the choice not to pay that anymore." I'm like, "You know, you're right. Yes, I did." So, I yeah, going through this three
Yeah.
bedroom home,
Oh
I
God.
could
Yeah.
not go through that whole thing. No, 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 no. So I feel like I anyway, the Melly show.
I don't blame you for feeling regret. I mean, that's oh hey, I dropped something off at UPS a few days ago, and there's a bar across from the UPS. It's called like Melly something something Melly 69. I took a picture of it. It's hilarious.
How
And I'm like, no way.
appropriate. Fucking 69 it.
So I have to,
Put it in my mouth.
I will send it to you.
My
It's so
motherfucking mouth.
fun.
Gonna lick it and stick it. uh, okay, now I want to hear that song. I'm gonna I'm gonna look for it. Dude, you guys, I feel like I'm seeing how much of a hoarder I am. That's what happens. I'm all the things. Accumulation. I'm so happy. I know it's weird, but I'm so happy to be looking to be on couches. I'm gonna be living out of a suitcase for a while, like 6 months to a year. Like that's my goal. I should do it a whole year so I can save all the money.
Oh, are you sure? That's a lot less comfortable than you think it is. I mean, but it's up to you. Yeah.
I mean, it's what it is. I got no other option right now. I'm not gonna go and pay. You know, I have to.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't. But I'm starting to get excited about being over there.
Well, it's with friends too, right? Like it's with people
Yeah,
you know.
I have. Well, and so this is the weird thing, you know, it's like I don't want to, because it's like I'm moving there for, you know, however long I'll be there. But I'm trying not to be like, oh, you know, how do I say this? Like I didn't fail and I'm not going back with a tail between my legs, you know, it's like, that's not, you know, this is my own, like I'm going through some like processes in my head, you know?
Yeah, no, and you own
So,
a house. It's not like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like you own a place there. It's just there's
yeah,
people in it.
yeah, yeah. But it's like, yeah, okay.
But you're staying with friends and family, so it's
Yeah.
not like a big
Oh,
deal.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That I want new friends and new family. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, okay, what church am I gonna go to? And I really like science, you know, like what is it, Christian Science? I think that they have like a really pretty belief system, which is simply that we are perfect. I mean, it's deeper than this. This is totally just my interpretation. But that we are like the perfect body, right? Like this body is like a machine that can heal itself, right? And that we live in this world where there's fear. I don't know where the fear comes from. I guess I'm going to learn because I really am going to, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to that church. Um, and so we have this fear, and the fear is actually the devil. And when you let the fear in, disease comes. You know, when you think of it, everybody's like, you know, stress makes you sick. I'm sick because of stress. Like I'm not myself in the last whatever time. And so I really feel like they have it down. So fear is the devil, and the devil makes you sick, and that I'm not, obviously I'm take medicine, I take herbs, I take all of that. They don't even take Advil, you know what I mean? Like that's how
Oh,
much they believe that they can heal their bodies. And so like it's like mantras, so like prayer, or like I'm so intrigued by it, really, really. And so I'm looking forward to like making new friends in these like new places. That's what I'm like really excited about. Like learning. Now that I decided that that's one of the churches that I want to go to. I want to go to like a non-denominational, and that one. Because that really is where you make friends. Everybody's so against church where I live. It's so weird. It's weird. I mean, it's weird to be like the Bible thumper that I was. But the complete opposite is also weird.
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think
Weird.
so.
Weird is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a golden mean in there somewhere. I mean, in the
Yeah.
middle. My family were mostly Baptists and Presbyterians, and the
Yeah.
Baptists
See,
would
that's what's
beat down
prominent
on us.
there. That's what's prominent there, and I don't like them. I don't like that. That's too orthodox, like Jehovah's Witnesses. Like I don't want that.
Well, the
I think we should.
Baptists, yeah. I love the Baptists, but those were the
Yeah.
people that thought that my left-handedness was demonic. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I got a
Yeah,
little bit of a
yeah.
grudge.
Well, that's the other, I do want to go to like a gospel, my friend goes to a Methodist church, and it's like predominantly like African Americans. So it's like, all right, I think I'm gonna go there for like, I didn't know. Did you guys know like that there's bands? Churches hire bands, and like during the sermon, during the whole session, like the band is there
I've heard,
singing and praising and stuff. Have you guys ever been to that church?
I have been, and they are awesome.
Dude, I'm like, I didn't grow up with that. I'm like, I want to, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be church hopping and gym hopping in Knoxville.
That's good. That's good. Church was a grim affair in Dare Town, and it still is. I mean, it's like a 18th century sort of vibe to it. But
¿Dónde? ¿Dónde?
it's the same people in Dare Town.
Oh, okay.
Presbyterian,
Oh,
Baptist.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I love them though. It's not like I won't. I go back once in a while. It's just you know. I'm the youngest. I think I'm the youngest person there right now because the town is in this weird situation where there's not a lot of young people coming in. So
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what'll happen there. I'll have to see.
this is interesting. This gap of no kids is going to be interesting.
Yeah, kind of. It'll be weird.
Hmm. But I'm wondering when does it hurt the society? I think it's going to be like 20 years. So what are we, 22? In 2040. In
Yeah.
2040, I think is where it's going to be like, where are the people? Where are the younger people that are supposed to take these jobs?
Oh yeah, yeah. But
Hmm.
in contrast, though, if you look at like Nigeria and some of those, it amazes me how many young people that Africa has in
Yeah.
comparison to first world countries. It's really cool.
It's weird, Sandra, is that some people, okay, so like Americans, like white Americans, or like, I will say people that are of the belief that, that are a little against it or a little afraid of like, the population as it's growing. Ev like, they're like, oh, these, like the US is like gonna be the majority Spanish speaking in just a matter of years. Like it literally is. There's gonna be like more Spanish speakers here than English speakers,
Yeah, and
and I don't know
cool.
how much time. I think it was like 2030 or 30.
We'll have
Yeah,
better
30.
food.
Huh?
We'll have better food.
Well, yeah.
Seriously. Because
but
I think they
but
cook better.
what my point to that is like the white people that are scared of it aren't having kids. So it's like it's your own fault. You know
Yep,
what I mean?
I
It's
agree
your
100
own fault. Like, why did you decide to not have kids? You know, like, so.
because they're not religious,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
One could argue that, I guess.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. That's one part of it. Dude, so my mom is coming and I'm trying to get all my paraphernalia of all
Mhm.
sorts,
Yeah, I can
getting
relate.
it before she gets here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and the other thing, I was last night I was doing when my friend came over, I thought this was so funny. I have a bunch of boxes that say vibrators and lube. I'm like, how am I going to transport jewelry? Like, I can't take jewelry in my car. Like, I have a lot of like I have 3 boxes of that. Like, and so it's like I can't like do, I can't. Someone was like, "Oh, take your jewelry, take your fine jewelry." I'm like, I'm not taking that stuff on me. And so, as I'm writing names on the words on the boxes,
Yeah.
she's like, I'm like, I can't put she's like, no, you can't put jewelry on there. I'm like, all right, what do you think? What would be? I'm like, okay, vibrators, vibrators. This box is full of vibrators. So,
Are you sure that's a good idea? Because like, there's going to be that one person that's like, "Wow, man, a whole box of them.
well,
I gotta
okay, that
have them."
didn't think of that one. Thought vibrators would be a deterrent, but there's
I
always
was gonna.
that one. Thank you, Sandra.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something like, oh, bathroom supplies. I don't know.
Yeah. Period underwear.
But no, that's a thing. I think like I would think like people who like they would be looking into that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to give you bad advice. I just don't know if
Oh,
vibrators.
that's funny. I did it as a deterrent, and you're telling me there's somebody out there that's going to be interested.
I bet
I
because they
know.
want the vibrators. You know?
I'm with you now. Like, yes,
Oh
I
no.
agree.
Ay, ay, ay.
Funny.
I know.
Oh my
Books.
goodness.
Books. Put magazines or books, and you'll be fine.
I was looking at pictures. Should I post an old? Do you guys post kid pictures
I do sometimes.
of
Like I
yourself?
post pictures.
I think I want to because this is like. I was looking at these last night. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'd love to see it if you're into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm doing.
I had to find that Melly 69 bar. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I gotta take a picture of this. So I took a picture of it for you. Now I gotta dig it up. I took some other pictures and I buried it.
Oh. You know, I think about like how much like you guys know my spiel about animal or whatever, but I think about like sometimes the behavior that I find myself um,
What do you mean?
that I find myself doing because of this stress, you know.
Um,
Um, that I am like I feel like I'm a little squirrel. Like sometimes I go through the different animals. Today I feel like this.
oh, yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. And so it's like the other day I felt like I don't know, a squirrel or something. And I went to the store and bought stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, I need this for when I live in Tennessee." Um, like I should not be buying shit. The fuck?
Yeah, I know. I can relate. I bought some things yesterday that maybe I could have done without, but like I bought some towels and things. Like, do I really need more towels? Probably not, but oh well.
Oh my god.
And I'm
Should
selling things. That's the thing. So I've been selling things to raise some money so I feel more comfortable and with my savings because I have no savings right now. And you know, so I sell some things and then I go right out and I buy something I really could have waited on
Yeah,
instead of
see?
buying it. Like, oh, why did I do this for? Why? You know?
But you know what I found? I found a fucking flannel dress that looks like a
Ooh,
jacket. I've never seen this.
wow.
And it fits. So
Now that's cool.
I had to fucking buy it. I'm like, I'm not gonna find that in Tennessee.
That's super cool. Flannel is awesome.
It's green. Green and off white.
Cool.
All right, let's see.
They're having these crypto events down in Miami next week, and there's like three that I
Oh,
might
yeah.
go to. I just don't know. I don't know.
Art Basel.
Yep. Well, that and there's a couple of like get-togethers, brunches, that sort of thing. And I don't want to spend too much time on them, but there might be some networking opportunities there that I should think about.
That would be really cool.
And Doodles. You ever hear of them? Doodles, the NFT
No.
project. They're
Mm-mm.
super cute. They're super cute. I love them.
Mhm.
They have something going on next week, so I'm gonna pop in and see. Usually I would not do that, but it's too cute. The cuteness factor has gotten me.
Doodling.
Yeah, they're like little characters. They're reminiscent of like these little Japanese characters on stationery from back in the 80s and 90s. At least that's what they remind me of. So I think
Mhm.
they're cool. But I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things going on down here. I have to check it out. At least stop in for an hour. You know, I can manage that surely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one better give me COVID or I'll be super mad.
Well,
You know,
will you be the funny looking person wearing a mask?
it's funny you bring that up. I'm thinking about not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I got COVID, it was beyond. It wasn't like normal COVID. It was like I should have been in a hospital COVID, but I literally could not get up. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think I will go without. I've been going without the mask, and so far so good. Hopefully I don't get clobbered. But yeah, no one wears a mask in Florida, right? Well, some people do. And I don't know. It's all this peer pressure.
Well, that's the funny thing. I wear like because so I completely understand why people still wear masks here. Not when they're working out and all that, but it's like it's so crowded that people are breathing on top of each other. So I think like with what I my career, I've been wearing a mask for 10 years, you know, like, and that's, so I don't get sick. Like the last time I was sick was 2018 because I wear, masks when I'm with my clients and stuff, because they're in my face, I'm in their face. And so, just to avoid spitting and just
Yeah,
swallowing spit,
right.
but I just feel it's funny, and it's like if I think these are the habits that we should have picked up. The things that are lost on people. This is lost on people, like some of the like hygiene. Like
Yeah,
the washing of the hands. Like I think that was a reminder of going back to like the Bible talks about this. As soon as you enter a home, you wash your feet. Granted, they were walking in the sand and dust and all that stuff, but upon entering, you wash. And so, like, that's always been my habit. Like, forever, whoever enters my house, I ask them to take their shoes off, and then I send them to the bathroom, and they wash their hands, and like, that's because I
that's like
do
my
that at the
mom.
spa. I do that at the spa. I've always done that. And
Yeah, we
so,
did that. We did that too. Go wash up, get the spigot, and wash
yeah.
your hand. Yeah, the spigot. I don't know if you ever used that term, but that's a That's an old school term if you ever heard that one. The spigot.
But
Yeah, I mean we did the same thing.
yeah, but it's like you think about it and it's like people make fun of it, you know. I actually had a friend yesterday come over and we, came and we went to go grab food and we were at the beach and then when we came home to my house, I'd go to the kitchen or, I went to the kitchen so because I thought they would go to the bathroom, but they didn't. They were in the living room. And then I sat down and I'm like, did you wash your hands? And they were like, no. And they were like, really? I'm like, yes, go.
Why
Like
wouldn't you wash your hands? Like, yeah, it's like, I don't get.
when you enter a home, this is something, just any building you enter. So when I go to restaurants, anytime I go, I get seated or, or they're about to seat us or whatever. I tell whoever I'm with, my friends already know. But I'm like, okay, as soon as we get seated, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and so I go and I wash my hands.
Okay, question.
Hmm.
Now, bathrooms in restaurants are notoriously known for all the stuff they have on like door handles and sink fixtures. How do you handle that?
Well, I mean, I wash my hands when I enter. When I enter the restroom, I always wash. And then I use the loo, and then I wash again. I wash my hands again. And then I go and I probably have a rag, and I use the rag to open the door. That's pretty much it.
I look like a Seinfeld episode in a public restroom. I mean, you have no idea. I'm like elbowing things, and I'm ridiculous with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't. I'm
Yeah.
really weird with that, but I do
No.
basically the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like, everybody gets offended with the mask thing and offended like he got bothered, they get bothered of it's weird. I think
Yeah,
that's weird.
I really rather wear a mask. I think I might do it and just let people yell at me. You know.
Well, where are you going to be? Like inside of something? It's a conference.
Right. It's like an art. There'll be like the galleries and
Oh
the.
yeah, a gallery I would probably wear it
Yeah.
myself because people are drinking and laughing and talking and there's like a lot of spitting going on.
It's just
So
kind
there
of
are
hard to network that way. Oh, sorry.
no, I was going to say there are people who yell at other people for wearing a mask still, or
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad because it's like, dude, I mean, okay, the Japanese culture, they actually when they had the illness, what was it? Was it the influenza? I'm not sure if it was.
I think the
But
bird flu. Yeah, years ago, right?
yeah, 100
Yeah,
years ago,
yeah.
they adopted that, and for good reason. Like, some of these other countries have face coverings to protect, there's a reason for it, right? The people become exaggerated and want to use it to dominate and control. That's a different story, you know what I mean? But it's like there's a reason for it, there's a purpose. And that's for like your safety, like
Yeah, I
and
don't
so
understand how that's become. My wife's relatives, older aunts and uncles wore masks. I mean, they're Asian, they're Korean, so they wore
Mhm.
masks, and you never thought anything of it other than
Mhm.
that's their culture.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that's become so political now that it's
People are ridiculous, man. I don't understand. People want to argue. I have this buddy here, and he was telling me, I was like, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? He goes, oh, there was a bomb. I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, I brought up politics. I made my mom cry, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, were
Oh,
you drinking? Like, did you not see all the memes how to avoid fight and conflict over things? There was a bunch of memes. Do not do this. If you want to do this, if you want to fight, then do this. You know what I mean? I'm like, he's like, Melly, I don't know what. I'm like, were you drunk? And he's like, no, I was drunk earlier. I'm like, that's alcohol. You did that because of the alcohol. But like, and it's like, people just want to fight so sad. I'm so sad.
Yeah, I agree with that. My New Year's resolution will be I'm not going to argue anymore ever, simply because the what follows after that, even when you're correct, is just not worth it. So why bother? That's my New Year's resolution. Greatly cut down on arguing because it's pointless.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
and
good.
yeah, and the thing is this. It's like one thing
I
is
quite enjoy it.
oh my God.
I was
See,
about to say, like, my goal was to ramp up my arguing.
what I was going to say is like I'm a confrontation person.
I'm
I
avoiding.
rather head on. Let's do this. Let's take care of it. Get over it. Talk it. Say it. What the fuck are you thinking? And let's deal with it. That's how I am. But not in a fighting manner, you know. But yeah, you guys look evident. Exhibit A.
Yeah, I think we need more fighting.
What the fuck?
No more.
That's not
Yeah, we need to get good
why.
at jujitsu. If we don't
No.
fight, we won't become tame. You know,
I
fighting
don't.
is how we become calm.
Yeah, oh, but you mean
No, I
physically?
don't know about fighting. I think maybe like an exercise of like a ruffle, a scuffle. I do believe that. I am a proponent of like, physical contact, not yelling at each other.
I
I'm
think a
very
lot
a
of
proponent of
I,
punching and kicking and
yeah,
that, yes.
I think like people argue because they've been suppressing how they really felt for a long
Yes.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we should, I mean, again, the whole animal thing. I feel like we should be pushing each other, touching each other, like, bumping into each other. I think that's normal activity. But that's not, somebody bumps into you in the climate that we live in, and that's not normal. But,
Yeah, now you have to stand your ground.
yeah. So,
Have you
I
guys
don't know.
seen the video that goes around every holiday with the son ends up flipping over the table with all the food on it?
Yeah, I was sharing that one, I think.
You did? That's
Definitely.
my favorite video. That it gets so irate, people get so irate, and that's pre-pandemic, right? That was before the pandemic.
Well,
It's
that's
like,
exactly it. This is exactly it. It's just in our nature. Yes, I am a proponent of what is it? But it's not fighting. It's like what dogs do. I just saw it, the bears do it. I'm going to assert my dominance. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
there's always a master slave dichotomy happening. Was Hegel's point. In any
Yeah.
interaction, there's those archetypes emerge. Let's say.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, but you haven't, like, I just yesterday I hadn't seen people within a year. It's been a year since I saw them, so it was like really good to be immersed in that, catching up, and not being, so argumentative, I guess, but which we aren't. But it was pretty cool just to sit back and catch up with people I haven't seen in a year.
We could do the airing of grievances, for like this year for Christmas.
We can
Festivus.
do post airing Thanksgiving grievances. Title
I like it. Just air them out, all that.
Oh, I'm not a host. Title change.
I like the idea of the Battlestar Galactica date night where you signed up to beat the crap out of the person you have a grievance against, and it's all out for one night.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Like The Purge, the movie based on.
No. See, that's the exaggeration part. That's because we've been cooped up. That's exactly what Mike is saying. That it's like we've been so cooped up that it's so extreme. The explosion is extreme,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh wow! So conversation is kind of like a Street Fighter video game now.
What is that?
So conversation is like more like a Street Fighter video game.
What I don't know. What is conversation?
So the conversation that we're having where we fight because we're apart. We're willing to throw punches and kicks and Hadoukens and uppercuts.
So we're Street Fighters. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because of that natural inclination towards figuring out who the dominant person is.
Yeah.
But we have
Isn't
to
it
like we
funny?
have to make this big meal to do it though. It's been
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I want everybody here to teach me jujitsu, which I know nothing about. That way, you guys can beat
Fuck
the
yeah.
fuck out of me,
Fuck yeah.
and everybody will be happy.
Jiu-jitsu down.
Yeah, I don't know any of it, so I figure I got to learn. And anyone here who's got a grudge against me can get their grudge satisfied, and hopefully all will be well. He's like, yes, thank God.
So I was being like bullied for a while and chased for signing the waiver. Did you guys get to see signing the waiver? Have you seen that
No,
hashtag?
what is
Sign
that?
the waiver. So it's a Bitcoin Fight Club. It's a Bitcoin Fight Club.
Oh my goodness.
And some of the guys that I hang out with or used to hang out with, they were like, you know what? Let's duke it out. Let's duke it out. Fine, fine. You want to scream at me over here on the internet? Be a man and do it in person. So they signed up for it, and it was like a closed match. There was 2 games, 2 fights, and yeah, they duked it out. These guys that have been talking for months on Twitter, and they're like, fuck you, okay, here we go. And so yeah, that's what they did. And so one of the girls that hangs out there said some stupid shit to me, and I was like, I told her to shut the fuck up or whatever. And then she goes, well, let's fight it out. I'm like, sure, okay, fine, let's do an oil. Like, if it's an oil, like, it's like not, because I'm like, I don't fight. After getting into my fight, a couple weeks ago, I'm like, I'm down.
Oh yeah,
I'm down.
I mean, Melody, think about it. You could rate, the women could plan ahead of time, right? Then you put on a good fight for the guys. Guys love girl on girl stuff, even if they're not like really into that. They all love that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And you do it for charity. You force
Oh
all the
yeah.
guys to put. So I think that's a great idea.
Yep.
Anyway, But
should
yeah.
bring back mud wrestling. Mud wrestling would be
Hey guys,
fun.
Willy Wonka wants to say something.
Who's doing all the sound stuff right now?
It was Willy Wonka, the guy who left.
Really annoying. What the fuck?
It was I liked it because it was an example of what we were talking about, where people being apart, they're not even using words anymore as their Hadouken. They're using sound effects, pressing buttons once again.
No, he left. He didn't stay long. I thought that was you, Mike.
Yeah, I thought it was Mike. I'm like, come on.
No, I don't have. I'm on Android. They don't give us fancy things.
No, I saw it was Willie, but I didn't want to be like, okay, stop that,
Yeah, because that's kind of what they want. So I was like, hey, why don't you take the mic? You obviously have something too. And then he left.
What time is it, Mike?
For you, it's 9 o'clock. For me, it's what, noon?
It's noon. It's noon here.
This is not gonna work. Damn it. All right.
I gotta go sort out Christmas lights.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it.
Oh, good luck. It's not.
Yeah.
I hope it's the new kind, not the old kind.
It is. I end up buying a pair every year, so I should probably test the ones to make sure they work. And it's 55 here, so might as well take advantage of the warm weather.
Oh my god. Warm weather.
55, yeah. Are you sitting on a balloon?
I think she's rolling around on a water mattress.
Oh, you're in my boob.
Oh,
So I
nice.
was right.
You're in my
A
boob.
water mat.
The phone was in my titty. The titty pocket.
So
Sounds
it
like you're.
was like a balloon.
Ay, ay, ay.
All right, so who's going to start with the airing of grievances?
Well, I'll go with mine.
I'd like to interject just because Melody's been on the mic for way too long here. And I just want to say I got my taxes done. I just no idea. I just got my tax accountant called me and said, "Hey, Dan, your taxes are done, and you're getting a refund, motherfucker." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's what
Wow.
I need. I need that to go into various
Good for you.
stupid investments." Yes. So
And
that's
I sincerely mean that.
excited. I know. So I'm excited about it. And Melanie goes on and on and on about everything, anyways. Like, oh my god, I have to go and travel. I have to pack. I don't want to put. Where do I put the toothbrush? Do I put it in a separate bag or do I just leave it in the pair of jeans? I'm gonna leave it in the pocket of the pair of jeans. I don't brush my teeth anyways. I use my fingers. It's easier. Gums are better for your finger. Oh, I love licking fingers. 69. I want to play that song. Oh my god. Super high right now, but I'm not as high as I could be. In fact, that's right. I'm gonna take a hit for everyone in this room. Thanks for participating.
All right, who's next?
You're next.
No, Casey. I know Casey has something in him.
Go ahead, Casey.
Oh, KC.
Wait,
No, let
what's
me
going
see.
on?
Hey,
We're
Casey,
doing
what's going on?
we're doing
What
the
is?
Festivus, the airing of grievances.
Oh, the
Eric,
area, really airing of grievances.
just tell us about your ordinary life, okay? Just get it out.
Uh,
I don't know. I was trying to make up something.
I don't have any grievances. I'm good.
He's just
You're such a
constantly
liar.
happy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to air his grievance for him. You fucking hate me, dude. You can't stand me.
What? Oh my
That's
god.
the
Are we
grievance.
really going here again? What is it? Like, what the fuck?
We need a fight. He kills me in
What?
30% of all the
Okay, you
simulations
guys
that
go ahead.
Wait, Andrew, you go first. You go first.
I don't have a grievance against you. I don't know what the fuck's going on half the time, you know? But I don't think you like me. And that's okay. But I want you to like me. So you teach me jujitsu
Oh,
out of me if that makes you feel
Bastard. Don't like him.
dude, that just makes me sad. That's like, there's not even any like negative emotional response to that beyond like that makes me sad. That's all that is. Because like you made me question myself so hard and like what did I do to make this person think that I hated their guts? Like there's instant self-reflection like what did I do? But then I started thinking this isn't about me. It's not. So I don't really have any grievance against you. You came at me and it's kind of passed and
okay.
yeah, it's like I could have grievance with you, but I think that would be um, wasteful on my part and not like constructive in any way. I don't think that if I was upset with you that like it would do anything, especially not positive for myself.
Yeah, but I learned from what the thing that set me off was the caring stuff, and upon reflection, you're clearly correct anyway. So my official early New Year's resolution is I don't engage in any synchronicity of DMing anybody ever again, ever. Period. Unless I already know them and we're already DMing back and forth. Seriously, because Look at, I mean, it's just fucked up my whole fucking life pretty much. So I'm just, I think you're right about that, and I'm not doing it anymore.
You know this whole DMing thing?
Yeah. Quick question.
My DMs have like a lock on them. They're like locked. Because
Chastity DM belt.
yeah, that's funny.
Well, that's the one thing, though. It's like if you don't want someone to DM you, then don't have your DMs open in the first place. But that's fine.
Well, I'm
Come
pretty
on,
sure mine is
that's a switch you have
closed.
to remember. Come on.
Mine are closed. I have to follow you or DM you for, or say hello in order for somebody. I think that's how my settings are. To avoid all the dick pics, to avoid as much dick pics as I can, and insults from people.
All right, DeFi. It's me and you. I got my battle rap ready. Do you have yours?
Yeah, man, I'm ready, baby.
Gotcha.
All right, here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we
P.A.
appreciate? Garage looking like an interstate. Hammers hanging on a dinner
Play.
plate. Lamb chops. You end up under gravy weight.
Ooh, that's
Holy
fire.
shit.
I'm
Damn.
writing dad jokes as rap battles. I'm trying to like rap battle as a dad
Nick,
with like
knack,
dad
patty,
jokes
whack.
and puns.
Nick,
Yes.
Nick, knack, patty, whack. Fat boy in a Cadillac. Eating on some Cracker Jacks.
That was tight.
Yeah.
The white man said, looking on.
Wait,
One
as a
finger
matter of
tight.
fact.
One finger tight.
Nick, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, he says, smoking in a cigar. He threw his light out. It was another day and another dollar. DeFi, what was his name? DeFi was on the decks, and he was spinning hard. He had to make that money. He had to gleam it fast, or the wise men would be back.
I'm gonna write more bars, and we'll do like a Twitter thread of dad rap joke battles. I'll channel my inner KC. Like I'll imagine I'm KC battling DeFi.
Oh, totally.
10, 12, 14, 16. KFC is the best chicken.
After the meal, finger licking.
Maybe it should be like A, B, C, D. I got some fucking KFC. A, B, C.
Yeah, man, I think everybody passed today for rapping.
I think
Everyone
it's
gets an
time
A.
to microdose.
Everyone gets an A plus.
Old McDonald's had a farm looking for me. I'm with your moms in the barn.
That sounded almost like really astute at first. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm, he had a whole lot of weed. We got hey-hi, hey-hi-ho.
Now that sounds good.
Lamb chops play along. This is the song that never, check it. This is the song that never ends. And it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it not knowing what it was. And they continue singing it forever just because they wanted KFC on a wheat farm in Old McDonald's County. Yeah.
DoorDash, you have my number. Come and give me food before I slumber.
What about if DoorDash like randomly said, "Hey, dinner's on us tonight"? You think that would be like a cool
I have
campaign?
DoorDash people. Like, if you want me, just pass me an address, and I'll send you something random. I'm totally down for that. I got $4 credit, so.
Have you
I mean,
guys ever? So I actually signed up for DoorDash in June or July, and it took all the way until September for it to be approved, September or October. And I've done it like 5 times, and it's so funny delivering and picking up food. I've gotten into 2 arguments with the restaurants. Like the restaurant person was like trying to take my
Oh,
phone to press a button. I'm like, don't touch my phone. She's like, confirm, confirm, confirm. I'm like, I'll confirm when you put the food in my bag, when you hand it to me. She's like, confirm, confirm, and reaches over to my, I'm like, you're such a weirdo. Like she's in my face reaching over literally. Like, like I pulled the phone back behind me. This was just, I'm like, you're such a weirdo. Get away from me. Give me the food and then I'll press the button. Oh my God. So it's been funny. And then yeah, I think I'm gonna do some more so I can have DoorDash stories. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start logging these stories.
well, you definitely don't want to read DoorDash Reddit then. The DoorDash people on Reddit. Oh my God.
Like, are they the Door Dashers? Are they the
Yeah.
Dashers?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
Oh.
Oh my God, you guys. Ooh. Do you ever oh, oh,
What
um
are you doing?
Work it out. Work it out. That's it. Lean into it. Lean in. There you go.
you know what I'm doing? Who knows what I'm doing?
I don't know.
Okay, so I filled my bathtub last night with cold water. And so
I
it
can't.
sat.
I can't. What are you slapping? I can't.
No,
Oh, my
I'll just bleep
fingers.
it out. You keep talking.
It's my fingers. It's my
Please don't
fingers.
stop her, Dan. Please don't stop her, man.
It's
You're
it's
messing up her inertia.
like, you know, well, how do you say this thing when you go ay ay ay? The 3 fingers, they slap together, You whip in the wrist and slapping the finger.
It's usually like, get out of the way. I gotta pee.
Yeah, it's all in the finger. Yeah. It's like when like ay ay ay. Anyway, so I just stepped into the cold tub. That's what I just did.
Why
That's-
cold water? There's like a thing to that, right? Like why cold water?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I grew up doing this in
You.
Colombia. I used to do it, and the water in Colombia in the mountains is cold, spring water. Um, yeah. So
I keep reading about that. I should try it.
yes, you should. Absolutely. It's the hardest part is the between your shoulders and the crown of your neck,
Ooh.
the
Ooh.
crown of your head. That's the. Oh.
Well, my last adventure in coldness. My last adventure in coldness, I froze. Yeah.
What?
I always figured that they want shot on their face, but whatever.
Okay. What'd you say your adventure was what?
Those cryo chambers where you stand there for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My cousin owns the cryo chamber on 2nd Avenue.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I think she just sold it. Oh my God.
Hey, Dan, that is one major stairmaster she has over there, Dan.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Casey looked up from the table.
All right. 2468. Who do we appreciate? Hot Meals dinner date. My nine'll split your check. Quantum Twitter state.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
What? Quantum Twitter steak. Salud.
I have to write mine down.
Yeah.
Like Diva.
Your clips are never on. Why do your clips not work?
It says my clips are on. There's something that happened like a few months ago, and the clips don't work for me.
When what?
A few months ago, the clips just stopped working for
Yeah.
me, even though they're on. Like it
Did you
shows.
upgrade? Have you upgraded your?
Yeah, I updated the app recently, but it says like I have the option. Hold on. If I turn off the clips and let me turn them back on. Turn on clips. Yes, turn it on. Will this turn on the clips? Yes, it does. Okay, well there we go. We just have to unplug it and plug it back in, guys.
Oh, that's the classic, isn't it? Like, did you unplug it and plug it back in? Yep. Sometimes that works. Although there is something I came across a website that does the same thing, and I'll have to find it and send it to you. There was like extra benefits to clipping it, and then you could like keep it there, and then it would upload them to different sites if you wanted to do that. I'll have to, it's I think it's free. I'll have to look for it again. I just saw it like a day ago. I can't remember the name of it.
The water was cool to her touch, but it started to feel much better. DeFi sat out on the deck and smoked a big doobie as he looked down to the beachgoers. He wondered which one of them would find the $20 bill he packed underneath the sand the other night when him and Sandra laid down and did a wookie wookie.
You don't understand. That's why I wear the woogie woogie. This is why I wear this mask, man. It's just to keep me protected from, you know, COVID-19.
DeFi didn't know who to trust. KC hadn't been seen for hours since the picnic. And for some reason, Sandra seemed overly joyed. So you came up from the beach. No sign of him, he said. KC went out for a big swim last night and didn't return. Suddenly, Sandra felt the need to maybe buy some tickets and fly out of the country for some reason. No one understood why. We thought it was related to the FTX. 4 days later, they found KC stuffed in the fridge downstairs next to the Bush beer and the Capitol Lights. Luckily for him, he had been doing some Tantra yoga and managed to survive the incident, largely unscathed. But it was another day in Syndicate paradise.
I'm relieved to hear that because when I black out, I mean, normally things end up like cut up in little squares. I have a thing like that. I don't know why.
Jesus.
Are you okay, Casey? Are you okay? I'm really sorry. No, I'm kidding. Of course I don't do that stuff. I'm an officer of the court. Not
Like
really.
the giggle at the end of that does not help at all. It doesn't make me feel better.
I make things worse by doing these dumb jokes, and I should just shut up.
Now what you need to do is blame Dan for going down the dark alley. And you just pass the buck along to Dan and let him deal with it, and everything's fine.
Let me
All
just
right.
hold on. Let me just
Very
work.
simple. Just blame Dan. Sorry, Dan.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Thanksgiving dinner plate. Your bars like mashed potatoes in space. They got Milky Way.
That's a good one.
You have to end on a pun.
I like it.
I can stitch these all together as if we're battle rapping each other. It'll be funny.
KC seemed nervous about the trip. He didn't really want to go out on a boat or a yacht with Sandra alone, but she insisted. And then he left. He left the room because he didn't want to be the subject of the eye, knowing full well that Dan had been recording his voice this whole time. It didn't matter if he was in the room or not. If we were making fun of him, we do it hardcore, Elon style.
Poor man. Do you actually think I scared him out? Now I feel bad. Poor guy. Now
Poor
he
guy, she said. She saw a lot of poor guys over the times. That one poor guy down at the docks, The two poor guys at the left street or the four poor guys at Kmart. It wouldn't really matter over time because poor guy or not, she was out to get him.
Kmart, does that still exist? I
Of
guess they.
course it existed. The narrator knew where three of them were existed. Just because she was in Miami, it wasn't because she was la-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Oh no, no, no! I missed them. I just didn't know they still. I thought they closed,
It's
but
okay.
what was it? The blue light specials and the
I
yeah.
feel bad. I think I may have driven Casey out.
Oh,
But then again, he's been going through lots of respiratory virus issues, so he'll be
oh,
back.
poor guy. That's awful. No, I like Kmart. Like the blue. Was it a blue light special that they used to have?
Yep, and they'd have the bins with the big light, and they'd turn on and holler, "Hey, blue light special!" and everybody run over to the bin and check it out.
Yeah. Now that's a litigation risk, which is why they probably stopped doing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But back then, you could not wear your seatbelt or a helmet. True freedom, right? I missed the 5 and 10. That's what I miss.
yeah. Well, Arkansas, their helmet law is it's a select. You can choose to wear it. So people ride around with motorcycles with no helmets on and buzz around free. And there's a lot of motorcycles around here.
Do you wear a helmet or no?
Normally, when I'm riding something, no.
I have a sense that you didn't. I don't know why. Do you ride your bike a lot?
Yeah. Also, four-wheeler in the woods alone. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it.
I
Yeah.
think I grew up on a three-wheeler out in
Webster's
farm.
in my head is like a older Bourne identity, like a retired Jason Bourne.
Wow. I
Wow.
thought we were doing Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I heard.
Just a good old boy. Never meeting no harm.
Yeah, we just got through feeding the dogs and the chickens. Took care of all that. So.
My friend rode her four-wheeler right into one of those. They're like a rototiller. They mix up the dirt on the ground. You attach them to the back of the tractors. She rode
Uh-huh.
that thing right into the blade.
No, that's not good.
We got in so much trouble.
Well, that's like a friend. She had her son. Uh, he was, I don't know, about 14, and they were out at the drag strip in Greenville, and there was an old airstrip. It used to be the municipal airport, and they turned one of the runways into a drag strip, and the other one was, cordoned off, and it had cables across each end. Well, the boy didn't see the cables, and he
Oh,
he ended up decapitating, because he drove through it at a real high rate of speed,
good Lord.
and that was one of the worst. That's when I started, being a lot more cautious after that. So
Yeah, yeah. Holy man. I mean, I had a friend that got clotheslined, but yeah, I've heard of that happening in other places before. People don't check the entire,
yeah,
area before
they
they do.
don't drive it slow to make sure they can go fast and that kind of thing. And that's the after that, that's kind of because I knew the lady. She was a realtor and she was a really sweet woman. She had other children, but he was the oldest boy, and I just kind of took
Uh-oh. We
after
lost
that
him in
it
the
sucked the
Matrix, I
life.
think. Did we?
Do you hear me?
Oh, I can hear Web Theory.
All right. I lost it for a minute there. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything. Sorry.
Oh, 1 second. Let me add him back to speaker. If I'm silent, it's only because I'm thinking about the next bar.
Are we back?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you now. Sorry about that. I just couldn't hear.
Oh, that's okay. It kind of went funky too because it just the display when you see the blue, and sometimes it just kind of flattens out and doesn't turn. stays blue and you're not saying anything, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think someone on Twitter just like, trips over the cord and then they're like, crap. And then they plug it back in real fast and then we're
Oh
back.
no, they're sitting there with a button playing a game and they don't realize
Yeah.
the game's interfering with the code, and it's randomly, making all kind of weird things happen. So I have tinfoil on this morning, so I'm gonna be kind of out there.
Oh, that's okay. So question about that. The aluminum foil that they make these days, in the current time that's not as good as the aluminum foil they had in the 70s, is it?
It's a little bit thinner, I think. It's not as thick, but
I'll have to,
the
yeah.
chemical makeup. I don't like cooking with aluminum at all.
No.
It's either cast iron or stainless steel.
Oh, you're one of those cast iron people, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. My
Oh,
wife cooks just about everything with cast iron. So,
no, I told you before, we have a cast iron skillet throwing contest at the Salem County Fair every
yeah.
year. It's a hell of a thing. My sister won 3 years in a row.
And what was the
I
reward?
didn't. You got like a ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Bragging
it.
rights.
That and you got a free rotator cuff surgery at the Salem Hospital, which I would not recommend.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that.
That's like my wife. She had hers had surgery, and doctor says, "Oh, we're gonna do it arthroscopically, and we can do it this way." Da da da. Go in. It was like a butcher shop.
Oh
It messed
God.
up her. She's limited on that side on being able to lift and do pull side pull ups and that kind of thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
So lifting things is a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta be careful where you have that stuff done. Unfortunately, it should be the same everywhere, but it really is not.
So Michael, you said I sent you off in a rabbit hole. You know, that was
Yeah,
Meta Baby did that. She just got you motivated.
dude. Meta Baby made it better. She sent me her Google Colab notebook. I'm like, oh fuck, this is really good.
So she bit off
Meta
on
Baby
it and dove into
fucking smart, dude.
it. There you go.
Meta Baby is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
I ran a few sci-fi artists through Wombo, and some of them came out with some really crazy stuff. Like Ula Woodruff does some very interesting sci-fi art, and so I used the new floral on Wombo, and it came up with some really interesting things. So I'm gonna have to keep trying to do that, see what it comes up with.
When you do
It's
stuff like that, is there primary prompts and secondary prompts like nouns and adjectives, that kind of thing, or?
No, this is just Dream by Wombo. It's
Yeah.
literally like very easy, It doesn't really involve a lot of thought.
Well, actually, to your point, Web3, Peter
But you
opened
can
up my eyes.
but before, I mean, it's come along so quickly. I mean, I am sincerely believing that by the time 10 years from now, we're going to have holographic decks like the way they do in Star Trek. We're very close to it. I really believe that. I think we'll get there.
They have shows now that do that, and also outside activities that are, I'm not sure how they do it, but like they show whales flying through animals and all kinds of equipment, and they've got the same thing with 3D signs and that kind.
The parameters, the
Oh, the
parameters
3D
for the
signs
model.
in Japan are the
Sandra, can
most
you hear me?
amazing thing
Maybe
I've
not.
ever
Hold on.
No,
seen.
see that, Sandra? Do you hear Mike?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I did not.
Yeah, yeah. Drop down, come
Yeah, let
back
me get
up,
it.
see
All
if you
right.
connect. Yeah,
Okay, I'll leave and come back.
go
Okay.
ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, Peter opened up my eyes to the
Come
fact that
back. Come
he
back.
was he was he was programming through the prompt. So he was adding the weights using semicolons and curly brackets. So that's where
So
people are.
okay, so what they're doing is they're using the dynamic features, and
Yes.
and that is the adjectives to the nouns, because that's
Just like
kind
if
of
you look up at, from, at, attract, funding, until, since, keywords, filter,
yeah,
colon, spaces.
yeah,
Yeah, that's naming. It exists, but people don't necessarily know about it because there's no thing that says, oh, this is prompting university.
yeah. It's just like when you do searches on Twitter, I've watched you do those, and I didn't know you could search that way. So you should have a little,
Dude, it's so
thing on.
helpful.
Yep.
What
So,
kind of search is it called again, Mike?
So if you go, so if you're on your phone, the magnifying glass is the search,
Okay.
right? And if you click search, you'll see For You, trending, World Cup, news, a few things. And then at the top, it says search Twitter. And you can search for keywords. But you can add programming, some soft programming language, nothing too complicated, so you can get exactly what you want. So, for example, if I wanted to look up, let me look up a tweet from Dan from Floozy Speak, and I'll do it. I want the most recent picture it shows me to be 2022-0404. So if I look that up, I'll post something at the top. This is
do
March
what?
25th.
Wow.
Terrorist.
Yeah. So from at Floozy Speak until colon 2022-04-04.
Oh yeah.
Right? And then you can pull all the stuff up from Dan.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So I can look up his old art.
Wild.
Right?
Does it do Boolean searches like LexisNexis and Westlaw? Does it do
Yeah.
Boolean?
That
Oh,
ain't
it does.
nothing what that guy did. They never screamed and hollered about the guy 4 years ago.
Trying to look up old Dan tweets. So much of Web3 feels like a circus. Step right up and meet the amazing Chain Man
Yep.
and his nemesis, Dr. Lame. Are you doused perking beyond a four-wall harness DX9G? That's because you're stating the mint on the subcaliber and not on the necessary divided by needed. That was from Dan, February 2nd.
And he was so right. That still applies.
It's truer now than it was then.
Yes. Oh, I have a new NFT joke, but I have to work on it. They have all these defunct coins from the colonial times in the United States that they tried them, but state by state that existed in colonial times, but they went defunct. Whether they couldn't get the coin metal or whatever it may be.
Oh, so old shit coins.
Exactly. But do NFTs of them now, and then just
I like
open.
the idea of antique shit coins.
I like it too. It's interesting.
This shit coin came from Massachusetts, 1845. It was invented by Walter Whippersnapper, and he
If it ain't ETH, it's beef.
he had one leg shorter than the other, and he couldn't get the project off the ground because he just kept walking in a circle. Poor guy. Today we remember Wally Whippersnapper, the man who kept going around and around in circles instead of launching his project. And this is the only coin we have left.
Yeah, I think you're talking about me for a minute because that's also true. I have to refocus. I think on what.
Oh, you mean the short left leg keeping us in place?
Yeah, I need to figure out the 6-inch high heel might help it out.
Maybe one heel is shorter than the other. You never know. You should check that. You should measure them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I went to court one time. It was like really early in the morning. Drove 3 hours to court. I was wearing 2 different high heels, and I didn't even know it until I got out of the car. So, and one was like a half-inch shorter than the other. They looked almost identical, and it was the weirdest day. And no one noticed. No one said a word. And from that day on, I had an extra pair of heels in my car, so that would never happen again. It's like so strange, craziness. Anyway, yeah, exciting stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of stuck on my own particular project. I gotta, reboot myself and get back on that.
That's so funny when you say that story.
Well, women appreciate that, right?
Well, because that's exactly what it's happened to me. I went to dance class with 2 different tennis shoes. And it was like, oh, well, I'm gonna take them off anyway. It's just funny.
Yeah, but
They'll
it took me so long to notice, though. How long did it take you to realize you were wearing two different shoes?
when I got to class, so from my house to the car to the gym, I didn't notice. And then when I was inside the class, like walking in, is when I noticed. And I told the teacher, it was funny because I was like, oh, thank you, for the class, da da da. And then she looked at my shoes and chuckled. It was fun. It was like 10
Yeah.
years ago.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. Now I don't feel so bad. But yeah, I went through the whole day with a heel that was like, a third to a quarter inch shorter than the other. And I thought everyone would notice. I thought people would be laughing at me. Not a soul, not a single person noticed. But it was mostly it was mostly male attorneys and then me. So that might have been part of it. But it was still a really weird day. I'll never do that again.
All right, it took me a while to come up with this one. All right, you ready? D5.
Let her rip.
All right. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Your rhymes like true stuffing. They be cracker based.
I like that one. So what do you like? Do you like stuffing at all, Mike?
Oh yeah, the whole 9 yards.
So cornbread or regular?
I've never had the cornbread stuffing. The first time I heard about that was like yesterday
You gotta try it.
from Web3, actually.
You should try that. It's good
2,
stuff.
4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Blow up dolls and Barbie dolls. Take them on a dinner date.
Can you imagine doing that though? I'm not. That might be fun. No one would sit around the person doing that, but have more room.
Well, the thing is, most blow up dolls don't talk back, so it would be pretty boring.
I thought that's what all men wanted.
Not all men, maybe men that have small peanut like brain sizes, maybe. I want to smack the blow up doll and I want it to make a sound like a chicken.
I'm sure maybe you could get like a chicken sound and put it in there. I don't know.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to have a little fun. Jack fell down and broke his crown. Now Jill will never come.
Oh, that's so Andrew Dice Clay, and I'm all here for it.
Yes, that was total Andrew Dice Clay. That was total thievery from the Dice Man. Thank you.
Sure.
You changed it up a little bit. I like it.
A
I like
tiny,
it.
the land was a little different, but yeah. Thanks.
He was actually like, he had a joke with 2, 4, 6, 8.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack put Vaseline on 2 bricks.
What was it? Sam Kennison and Andrew Dice Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Those two fucking guys had more crazy shit come out of their mouths. You
Dude, I
throw
remember this. Sam Kinison had this joke about like how people are starving, and it's like, why don't you move closer to the food?
Oh,
You live in a desert. Nothing grows there. Nothing has ever grown there.
yeah. I think the closest equivalent to Sam Kinison now is I think is it Lewis Black, the guy that
Mm-hmm.
yelled. Yeah, I miss Sam. He was a lot of fun.
wild man. It's amazing what
Oh,
cocaine will do for you.
yep, you got it.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you. And I love you. But I love you.
I don't know. I always associate Sam Kinison with like the RoboCop series. But the whole Jessica Hahn thing and the, you know, crazy. And I miss WWF wrestling. I miss that very much. I think they should all come back and be jumping off the top of the rope and all that. Although Hulk Hogan looks exactly the same.
Unchanged. It's weird.
It's amazing, but yeah, it is. Is he a vampire or something? Like maybe
He draws on the power from the Hulkamaniacs.
that's true. Yes, that must be how he does it.
I think you imagine every morning he wakes up and tears his shirt off,
Ah,
and it's like his own portable. What's that machine? The bow thing, the bow flex. That's like he's always walking around with his own bow flex.
yep.
Workout. He had just like 15 wife beaters that he just rips off during the day to stay in shape.
Does that mean that Randy Macho Man is like the shake weight?
I don't know. Sometimes this group reminds me of the Robot Chicken episode of Star Wars, the first one. They come up with some really great material. I like Robot Chicken.
Oh yeah, I want to be dominated by a robot dominatrix.
Now you're doing Crow.
Stand over there, DeFi. Now.
That's amazing. An AI dominatrix. Give me a for loop. More for loops. Now recursion. You're doing it wrong.
You got to have some conditional statements in there somewhere.
Yeah, like a safe word. break. And, we moved on to Python jokes. Yeah, here we are. This is not just my fault, eh? This is all of our faults. Okay?
Yeah, but if I did a root cause, it would fall back to, it would pinpoint you. It
I think
it feathered after you, but it always, you're the origin.
I would say it's KC.
I've actually thought about this,
Mm-hmm.
and the more I remember, the more I realize you came sniffing around my spaces when we
So it
first
did
met.
start with you. You were the host.
Oh,
Okay.
son of a bitch. That's not fair. Just
I
because
learned
I
everything I know
existed.
from you.
The boy in the woods
Oof, this is
with the
getting dark.
EPA problem.
I didn't even talk like this before. I was like some Guyanese dude, but I mean, modeling my voice after KC because I saw he had so many people in his space. I'm like, how does he do it? Oh, I
You
have
had
to
a much
drop this.
higher voice? Is that what
I
you're
just have to
saying?
drop this native tribe speak. That's amazing.
Now
It
give
was
me
the
a
drum
for
beats
loop.
in the background is what did it. You got rid of those.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Okay.
Now you got it.
So, question: what do you prefer, liver or gizzards?
Gizzards all day.
Gizzards all day, right?
Neither one.
Really?
But I
hate
need a
both
lot of
of them.
ketchup to eat them.
If they're ground up in a pate and you don't tell me
Okay.
that's in
Okay.
it, then I would possibly eat it. And then if you told me, I would be upset at you.
That's a good idea. Gizzard pate. Good idea, Web3.
Ew.
I mean, for gravy, for turkey gravy, you have to have gizzards for good gravy. But beyond that, my grandparents, oh my God, they wanted to feed you gizzards and organ meats all damn day. But according to me, I'm a vegan now. I don't use that stuff, but gizzards are good for gravy.
Yeah, and sliced, like pig brains, cow brains, sliced and fried. I couldn't take that either.
Oh, my grandparents would do that in front of me, and I'm just like, oh my God, please don't make me eat that.
Anyone ever had chicken heart?
Yep, I
Oh
have.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
I'm not really a fan.
This is not an understatement. It actually does taste like chicken.
You haven't lived until you tried tongue, like cow tongue or pig tongue.
Yeah,
Oh
cow
yeah.
tongue.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mexican.
yeah.
Mexican. First time I ever ate it was in Chile, and they had, instead of like ground beef, they used tongue, and it's like, oh, this is special. We don't get this. You're a guest, and eat this. And I ate it, and I said, oh man, that's really good. And then when they got done, they said, yeah, that's the cow tongue, and I looked at them like, what?
Oh Lord,
Stuck
yeah.
that one in on me.
It's the consistency, the tongue, like the consistency, like the mouth feel of it is tongue, and that's at least the way the Amish do it. And ugh, it's an acquired taste. I can eat it, but if I could pass for something else, I would. It's like, oh,
I'll basically try anything except bat nuts.
You'll eat mountain oysters.
that was my
Pig,
question.
pig,
Yeah,
those are pig nuts. I mean.
Rocky Mountain oysters. What do you? Yes or no?
Ah,
Not so good,
no.
Miles. Excuse me.
I wonder
I'll
if they,
try it once.
I wonder if the beet nuts would have been as popular if they called themselves bat nuts. Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Okay, mountain oysters, yeah, with a glass of scotch.
I'm really hungry.
I don't even. I don't even want to ask what they taste like. Like I don't even want to ask.
It depends on how they're cooked. Dark meat, usually it's like a dark meat taste.
Like chicken.
Kinda. It's kind of beefy, but not. It's hard to describe. Um, it's not gamey, but it's in between. It's kind of like if you put a triangle between beef, chicken, and wild game like deer. It's
Okay.
somewhere kind of in the middle.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
No one here, tell me the truth, eats deer, right?
Oh, I've eaten deer.
I do eat deer.
I'm eating
Venison.
deer. Yes.
Yes.
Got
I'm
some in the
eating deer
freezer.
1,000,000,000%. And I'm eating rabbit, and I'm eating frog legs for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm eating raccoon.
Yeah. We're going to try to trap wild rabbits, and raise them. And what's the other? We got goat. We're going to have goats in the
Wicked.
January. Yeah.
Try muskrat, but be careful to cook it correctly. Muskrat is excellent, but I don't eat that stuff anymore. But when I did, that was like a big deal.
Yeah. Muskrat, Nutra is pretty close.
We don't have Nutra where I was in New Jersey. At least not that I know of. I don't think we ever eat that.
Barbecue raccoon.
Now that I wondered, have you really tried raccoon? And if so, what does it taste like?
I am being very serious. Yes, I've eaten it once for Christmas as a little boy, and it was absolutely barbecue delicious.
Really?
I'm serious. I'm being very serious. I didn't know where the raccoon came from. I hope not out back, but it was absolutely delicious. I was totally like impressed. A little meaty, a little meaty, but definitely no different than an overcooked like part of like pork or something,
I just shared the pictures in the nest. Oh, the clips are on. Oh, yay.
Web3, I'm going to send you. So you got the answer, right? For my question. So I'm going to
Yes.
send you a demonstration of going from one note to a chord with two notes to a chord with three notes.
Okay. I'll look at it.
Hey, DeFi, we're going to get together and I'm going to show some folks music theory without scales and traditional music notation. So if you want to get together, we'll do it up.
That'll be awesome. Cool, man.
Web3 taught me how to create a Python program that can spit out all of the music theory related to a key. So if you choose D, it'll give you D major, minor, seventh, sus, augmented, diminished, inversions, minors, the whole 9 yards.
That's super amazing.
That's pretty cool.
So I was like, okay, so how do we create a plugin for Fruity Loop Studio? And Fruity Loop Studio has an SDK.
The problem
So
with that platform is just it's one of the most functional programs for pre-production, but
it's the tricycle of music.
basically that's the great way to put it. But it's like the tricycle on steroids of music. You know, it's like it's like, you know what
It's
I
an
mean?
electric tricycle.
Yeah.
Dude, I was hold on, let me play this for you. I did this yesterday. Here we go. This is what I put together. I was explaining to Meta Baby fucking plugins and how they work. So I used Grow Speed. So here it is. Hold on, let me speed it up. I think this
Sure,
is like,
man. Take your
all right,
time.
here we go. So that's the bass. And now I add the plugin here. And then it goes back to the original. Yeah.
Sweet.
So I was like, okay, so if we can recapitulate all music theory in a simple program that has maybe 10 to 20 lines of code. Shit, man, mine was like 50 lines of code, and then Web3 was like, hey, why don't you do it like this? And it's like 2 lines of code. I'm like, you fucking asshole. Whatever. You fancy boy.
Yeah, I think it's cool to work in in whatever DAW you like, but I was working on Fruity Loops since Fruity Loops 4, so I've been able to like really see the growth in the program itself. Not much has really changed. I think the only difference is now that you can add third parties, and those third parties make all of the difference if you're going to use it. It's all about what you have
It's
input.
not a party unless you add a third party.
That is pretty. That's well said. Yes, basically, in the most humorous way. If you don't add any other outside intermediaries, uh there's no the musical potential is the growth is stunted.
Yeah, adding a third party sounds like the beginning and the end of a marriage.
Sounds like Will and Jada to me. Sounds like,
People thought August Alsina was gay when he introduced his brother. You saw that?
yeah, that's because people are stupid and they believe anything they see and hear.
It's almost like people are tuned for things. You know what I mean? Like they're playing in D major, and when they hear that C sharp is like, hey, that's D major too.
D
It's like,
major.
well, it's a
Pretty
seventh,
brown
sure.
love. Pretty brown eyes.
Yo, I was you sound like that wee wop guy. Remember? I want to kill my.
That's
You know that
indeed.
little guy? I love that little guy. Oh man. What was I gonna say? I played a gig yesterday for for the for one of the schools, and I played your music.
Oh, nice. How did
Yeah. Oh
how
man,
did
it's
everyone
great.
like it?
It's great. No,
Thanks,
because
man.
all you have to do is look at their body, right? You don't even
Right,
have to hear anything. You just look at their
right,
body. If they're moving, they like it. You
right.
know, if they. I told somebody.
Oh yeah, you got a group of like Caribbean ladies bussing down. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
That's so funny. Yeah, they all got together. Yeah.
It was so cute. Like teachers, the cleaning staff stopped and they were like, ah! Yeah, it was so cute.
That's just awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, man. The music is powerful.
Why,
If
thank
people
you.
take out their cameras, you know you're performing well.
Sure thing, man. They've gotten so strict with what you can play now. It's just inside the schools. I mean, back in the day, we just used to play anything. Now it's just like, I mean, I would be in the cafeteria and doom da da, doom da da, doom 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 doom da da. Move, trick. Get out the way.
Do we have to call them tricks? Thanks. Have you
I
asked them if they identify as a trick?
Well, I wouldn't dare. I like this. I like the
Can
frame
you
of my
imagine?
face.
Excuse me. Do you uh can I refer to you as a trick?
Uh,
That might not
well,
go over well.
since we're here tonight, yeah, I guess so.
That's a good Dan. I feel like some of the accents that we have are us doing impersonations of each other at this point.
Basically,
Yo, so what's the latest music? You're gonna hold out on music for us or what? You still haven't sent me that other track, that fucking Terminator 2 industrial hip hop.
man, I don't remember the title of it. I'm
Yeah,
serious. I
what was
would
that
never.
song? The last one. That was
I
amazing.
You have to. I have to go back through it. Of course, I'm never holding out music. That's like holding on out on breathing. It's like never until it's too late. You're the one with the steel pen, man.
Yeah, look,
Mike finds compliments tough. He doesn't like to. He's very, very good.
no, I'm looking in your eyes and I'm saying thank you.
He's very talented.
All they wanted to play was Jamming yesterday by Bob Marley.
We're jamming.
Dude, that chord progression is crazy. He goes from D and B to B and G sharp. G sharp being the tritone
Mm,
of D. What are you talking about?
mm.
It's in the chords are interesting in that song.
It very is, and
And then they have that old fucking piano that's kind of out of tune, but it works.
of course.
Like, where'd they get that? Where do you get a piano like that? Hey, I'd like a slightly broken piano, please. I want to make a hit.
I'll give you 3 plugins right now for free that you buy.
Yeah,
Got it.
but tell me those plugins. Okay, here's the keyboard I want. Here. You know what I mean? You know that broken piano? F minor, D and B, G sharp and B, B and G, F sharp and A,
Wow.
D and B, B and G sharp, B and G. So that it was easy to teach because I could have them just play, keep the B, right, for 3 of the bars.
You're insane, bro.
So it was B for 12, and then A for 4, and then
Great.
right. So the B for
Right.
12, A for 4, and then you're just moving from D to D sharp. Who moves from D to G sharp? Those guys were,
Very, very eclectic in many, many ways.
dude. What?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
And
Oh
it's
yeah.
his biggest song. And what could be more dissonant than moving between a tritone? To start the chord progression, usually you resolve with it, not start with it.
That's absolute musical genius, to be honest. By the way, so I'm like not holding out any music for you from you. I'm gonna be going back to my desktop this afternoon.
Wicked.
Yeah, man, Irie, man, everything cool, man, and just creating like some new songs.
You
I'm
know what
gonna
I need?
write.
This is why I can't send you stems. I don't know how to separate my metronome in Fruity Loop Studio when I'm recording.
Yeah,
I
isn't
need
that
some
the
help on that.
weirdest thing, dude? Like that's the
Dude,
weirdest thing.
I need
Yeah.
to remove the metronome from the track, and it's like, okay, change the preview thing, but it's still on it. And then you click the arrow that connects the two tracks, and it's still the metronome is still there. I need to take the metronome off. I need to have it on, but not play through the master, and it's still not working for me.
I don't understand why, but like I said, this program is quite complex in many ways. It's so simple that it's hard, you know.
Instead of learning all that stuff, I learned what a planer was, what a router was, what a all that that's music to wood. So
Hmm. Wood progression.
It's the same high Web3. It's no different. It correlates absolutely the same.
oh yeah, when you create something or made something, yes, it's the same thing. One you can beat
Mhm.
over the head of somebody else. Same thing with music, you can beat it into their head. So,
The ultimate euphoria.
yes.
And what's funny is that the euphoria is met with silence. Like I left the kids. I taught the kids the chord progression: D and B, D and G sharp, D and G, F sharp, and A. Once they got it, I was like, all right, I'm going to go sit down, like as a test. So the true test is if I can walk away. Because usually what I'm doing when I start them off is I clap it for them while they're playing. So it's like, so I'll do that. Maybe I'll be doing that for like 5 minutes with them. But then once they have it, it's like, okay, let me see if I can go sit down away from them out of their sight and see how long they can keep it going. Now we're just sitting there with the teacher, and the teacher's like, wow, they're like doing it on their own over and over again. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Maybe if we just kept them in school, we can teach them something later on. Give them what they want so we can give them what they need later on.
Well said.
The union, of course, objects to what you're saying, and they want to talk to you.
No, we have the union here. They take care of the teachers in Canada.
Well, it's a little bit not the same here, but I guess one could argue it is, but who knows? It's a little politicized here.
I mean, technically, you can politicize anything, right? You can
Oh, yeah.
politicize a napkin. You're like, oh, look, it's tearing down trees. See that? Don't use napkins. Use a handkerchief.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. Now we probably should have more music in schools, not less. Over the years, we've gotten away
Absolutely.
from that. Yeah.
Well, it's like when you think about it, like we cart kids off from left brain exercise to left brain exercise to left brain exercise. Then they have lunch. Then they have more left brain exercise and more. You know what I mean? There's no flushing. There's no.
For
It's
sure.
almost like there's
For
no
sure.
recovery, right?
For
We think
sure.
recess is recovery, but not necessarily. We oscillate between periods of work, rest, and rejuvenation.
It's just like exercising muscles.
The other thing I think about is that Corolla said that culture is America's largest export. You go on TikTok, who are they dancing like? And dancing like DeFi.
Hey, let's go, man. This song was brought to you by D5 featuring my boy Dom. Let's go.
Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't you start fucking acting sentimental. Don't you start fucking acting like you demanded. Baby, I'm backstage at the show. Have you ever made love on a tour? I let you play my control. I got a train to make you sway. You won't even know your name. You be moaning my name. Girl, I don't play no games. It's that shit that make you change. We saw aliens in space. Lunatic with the crazy face. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Thunder, let it rain. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah.
Life, my good people.
You got to send me that instrumental. I'll do the dad battle raps over it.
It's what you make it.
This is amazing.
Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it?
Melly B.
Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't you start fucking acting sentimental. Don't you start fucking acting like you demanded. Baby, I'm backstage at the show. Have you ever made love on a tour? I let you play my control. I got a train to make you sway. You won't even know your name. You be moaning my name.
Melly!
Girl, I don't play no games. It's that shit that make you change. We saw aliens in space. Lunatic with the crazy face.
Yeah.
Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah. Thunder, let it rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna play pan over this for sure.
Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah. Thunder, let it rain. Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Saw you coming on top of you. I saw the dangerous side of you.
Melly!
When I'm inside, I swallow your pride. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it?
Let's go.
Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't you start fucking acting
Like what?
sentimental. Don't you start fucking acting like you demanded. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah.
And this song was brought to you by the Syndicate Radio.
Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah. Thunder, made it rain.
Thank you, guys.
That's amazing.
That was terrific. It was great.
Thank you. It's all because of So You. So You got me up. He got me crunk now. Yeah, so the name of that song was called Lunatic. Guess I'll
I
go.
like it. I like it. It all sounds like driving home on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, right?
Like Sunday morning, I'm talking about like 3:37 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Listen. This next song is called Love You, Hold You.
Tennessee whiskey on a cool countryside. Diamond Rolex, by your kisses all I want. What kind of mistake to love you this way? So sexy, mama, so sexy, so sexy, mama, so sexy, so sexy, mama. It was really nice to meet you, my lovely señorita. So sexy, mama, so sexy, so sexy, mama, so sexy, so sexy, mama. I was born to love you, place my arms around you. Every day, 1 through 7, every time you let me, I wanna hold you closer. Just let me, I wanna hold you closer. Hold on now. So sexy, so sexy, so sexy, so sexy, so sexy, somebody's looking at night. Do you know who they were? Kissing me through the night, my angel in disguise. She wasn't the typical one. Then she left me dreaming. So sexy, 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 I can really do the impossible. Closer, just let me closer. Hold on now.
DeFi, do me a favor. I'm inviting
Yes.
in a vocalist I know that I worked with in the past, Spooky. You mind playing the previous track again? He's just about to join.
Sure, man. Play it right now.
He's listening on his desktop.
All good.
Oh, there he is. Hold on
All
one
good.
sec. Let me add him up. You heard Spooky sing on Happy before?
I think I did. So you honestly, I think I heard him once before.
All right.
Yeah, I think I did. Yes. I want to say yes.
I'm not
But
sure if he can
I
come
don't
up,
want to
but yeah,
Yeah,
play that
I heard
track.
him. I heard him.
Yeah,
I
play
heard him.
that previous track. When you played it, I heard his voice.
All
Hey,
right, so I'll
Spook.
run it back. What's up, Spook?
What's up, man? How you doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, I heard DeFi played this track. He's a producer and a vocalist, and when I heard it, I thought of you.
Wow.
Yeah, man. We were just sitting here on a quest, going through my our playlist here, and we just decided to start playing some music today. So I'll play it for you real quick. Here we go.
Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't you start fucking acting sentimental. Don't you start fucking acting like you demented. Baby, I'm backstage at the show. Have you ever made love on a tour? I let you play my control. I got a train to make you sway. You won't even know your name. You be moaning my name. Hey. Girl, I don't play no games. This that shit that make you change. We saw aliens in space. Lunatic with the crazy face. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah. Under, let it rain. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah. Under, let it rain. You know it. Girl, you know it. Saw you coming on top of you. I saw the dangerous side of you. When I'm inside, I swallow your pride. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. Don't you start fucking acting sentimental. Don't you start fucking acting like you demented. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah. Thunder, let it rain. Lunatic with the crazy face. Yeah.
Yeah. Spooky. What do you think?
Thunder,
How
let
does it
it
make you feel?
rain.
It's giving me a lot of the weekend vibe. It's giving me a lot of the weekend. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm
Thank
loving.
you.
I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm
Thank
loving
you,
it.
guys. Thank
You should
you.
send me that instrumental, man. You
Oh
should
man,
send.
Spooky would flip that so
This
quickly.
song I didn't produce. So you. Actually, this song I actually didn't
Play some
produce the
of
beat.
your other stuff for
Yeah.
Spooky.
I wrote that song, but I didn't produce this. I
Ooh.
didn't actually produce the beat. I produced the song though. Yeah. Yeah, man. There's one right there that I was working on. Shoot, Spooky, man, what are you doing, man? You spooking everybody out, man?
Where's that Windows song? The You Something the Rain. That one. I'm not sure if Spooky heard that.
Oh man, I'm not
You know,
sure.
you envelop the rain or something like that.
I just don't recall.
Oh,
So you
I'll
have
be
to.
on the next
Oh
flight.
yeah,
Next
of
flight.
course.
Yo,
Yeah,
play
yeah,
next
yeah.
flight.
I would love to. 1 second. Here we go.
Dude, Spooky, when you hear this shit, you
Yeah.
find a crazy producer, dude.
So
Here we
bad. Can
go.
you guys hear
I
me?
found it.
Like the network cut out for some time, so I couldn't hear anybody speak.
It's okay. He's gonna play another one. It's called Next Flight.
Dreaming all day, but the fairies don't exist. A part of my imagination wants to be dumber. Why does myself intention want to run far away from the gun? When it's cloudy outside of my window, you umbrella the rain. You umbrella the rain. When it's cloudy outside of my window, you umbrella the rain. You umbrella the rain.
You ready for it, Spooky?
be on the next flight. So, 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 so. I'll be on the next flight. So, 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 so. I'll be on the next flight.
And that song is for every person that has a lover in another state and is in a long distance relationship.
First of all, send me that beat. Second of all, like, bro, that is a dope ass song, man. I really like it. And I don't know, there's
Thank
this
you.
vibe. I don't know, you've got a really great like voice. It's really amazing.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
Yo, play
Thank you.
play him one more. Play
Cool.
the one of the remixes from the beats I sent you.
Of course. Thank you, Spooky. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Man, always love. I'm a fan of music. I mean, aside the fact that I'm a musician, I love music to death. So when I hear good music, it just excites me.
Yo, DeFi, Spooky's blowing up out of Ghana. Like it's about to happen.
I'm gonna send him the instrumental too.
Dude.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you-
I just followed you. I'm about to send you my mail so that yeah, let's
Sure.
cook up some work, man. Yeah.
Sure. I'm looking on my desktop here. Let's see what else do I have here. There's
that
one
remember
that
remember the remix that you did? I sent you a beat.
yeah, that's the one I'm actually looking for. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Me and So you actually me and
Gratitude.
oh man, let me see here. My desktop looks like an ant farm. So yeah.
I know that. I know that. I know that.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right?
I don't
Exactly.
even have desktop. I just use search from now on.
Yeah, man. It's just like
At this
this
point,
is out of control, man.
Yo, when it gets busy, I just create a folder called desktop sweep and I put everything in there and I date it as like desktop sweep from November 17th, 2025.
Right.
you know,
That's
you
the only thing
know,
we can do.
Michael. This is what you
Mm.
can also do. You can sort the items by the types. So then you can just sort them by the type, and when you're looking for something, you just
I,
go
I
into
try to be
which type you're looking for.
I try to
What
be
was the name
disciplined
of our
about naming things. So if I name it properly, then I don't need to folder it.
Oh my god, man. What was the name of our song? So you?
Uh, hold on.
Like I'm not even trying to be joking. Like
That's
I
funny.
really
You would have sent it to me.
I'm the one send it to you, correct? That's what's no, I'm being serious.
Hold on.
I for literally for like I'm having a brain fart right now because like
Yo, play this one for him. Which one was this?
oh I have that one. Yeah, I know
Oh
it like
man,
that.
when you
I
hear the
know that one.
speaker.
I know that one. I know that one. Yeah, I know that one. And I know the one I sent you to as well. I just don't know
Oh,
the name. Let's see what we got here. I want to play the wait, so you I want to play them the one we did, man. That one's hard. Hold on. Yeah. Oh my god.
Spooky, bang out like 3 songs today.
Where is it, man? Where is it? Oh my god. Oh, okay. I found it. Great. You ready? And the name
Yeah.
of this song is Be There For You. Here we go.
And now you're leaving, cause a real man shouldn't be cheating. You don't need that bad energy. All you need is a man like me, who will be by your side through the good and the bad times. No one is perfect, I promise to be there for you. And I'm gonna lay down, keep you my darling. Please, right now. And I'm gonna no one is perfect, but I promise to be there for you right now. Give you beautiful love, give you beautiful love, give you beautiful love. Your heart is the third thing, give me love is the second thing, then trust is the final thing. Forever, forever,
Let's go, Spook.
forever, 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 forever. Be by your side through the good and the
Wow, I love the
bad times.
hook. Wow.
Come on.
Nothing is perfect, I promise to be that for you. Be by your side through the good and the bad times. Nothing is perfect, I promise to be that for you. Be by your side through the good and the bad times. Nothing is perfect, I promise to be there for you.
Thank you.
Yay! Thank you for playing that. They're all good. They're so good. I just love them. Really.
You're welcome, Sandra.
It's really impressive.
Thank you, Sandra. I worked my ass off.
Yeah, so DeFi, send whatever instrumentals you have. Spooky's very quick with music. He doesn't waste time.
Sure thing. Understood. I'm gonna get that over to
So what's
you
next for
within
you,
the next
Spooky?
15 minutes, I would say. I'm actually logging on now, trying to get in.
What's next for you, Spooky the Celebrity Maniac?
Yes, Spooky, the international sensation.
Please, allow. Right now, I'm not in my. Let me see. I'm not in the best of moods because my mom is not feeling too well. But yeah, Charlie, let's kill some work though. I'm going to. I sent you my mail. Yeah.
I
I will
got
try
it.
and
I got it
respond.
here. I'm not going to repeat it over line though, but I have it.
Oh, did you find
I'm about to step out soon.
Next Flight? Or did you play
Sorry,
that
Michael.
already?
You said?
Did you play Next Flight already? I can't remember.
Yeah, he played.
Yeah, I
I
played it. I played it. Yeah.
can't remember anymore. That's awesome. All right, so as long as Spooky knows you and you know Spooky, then that's my job is done here.
Oh man, you've done more than enough. I'm actually logging in now, and I'm just gonna CC you on the email that I sent to him. Okay.
You mind singing us an Unhappy?
Which one is that one? Man, I have this song I'm working on that is like I'm writing this song for Giveon, and I just think it's like super cool. You know.
So hold on, Spooky. So you're planning the album now?
Oh, before I forget, thank you for having this space. I know that you're very busy and it's not always easy.
Oh no, you know me, always working in the background.
True, but you could work in the background and not have a space at the same time. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate you, So you. So you, can you forward me? Hey, So you, if possible, can you forward me your email again, please?
Yeah. Done.
Thank you.
Getting all the emails ready.
Yes, sir, man. I'm such a freaking like bobblehead, man.
No. I'm just imagining you typing it with your keyboard, and I was making sound effects to it.
Dude,
Yeah. That's my impression of you using the computer.
wow, man. That is like, bro, like what in the world? All right, hold on one second here. Let me catch myself.
Hey, Spooky, I'm still using Grow Speed.
For how, Michael, can you hear me? For how you have abused Gross Beat, it should be deleted from your effectors in your FL. Like,
All right, hold on. This is the latest one.
They should just remove it
Here.
from your FL.
Okay, check this out. This is the regular. Two more bars of this, and then we go into the Grow Speed. I hope you're ready for it.
Yeah, turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a little bit.
All right, one sec.
Michael, you are supposed to learn how to draw an automation. So that, I mean, it's nice when it comes to a bit of the song, but when you put it all through the song, like it drags. My God, like Michael, just go and learn how to do the automation. That's all. Because the way I don't know, the was it a road? The organ, was it a road?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you use that to play it, it's a nice melody, but if you effect it throughout the song, Kelly, Atom would just jump and come and lash. Yo, I haven't seen FL in forever. Now I've been using Logic. I'm trying to like wrap my head around that.
Logic is just absolutely. That's what I use most of the time. I use Logic and.
Man, it's crazy. Maybe I might come for lessons because like FL is home to me. For real, FL is
Well,
home to
DeFi
me.
wants to come to Ghana.
I
Oh,
do.
really?
I do.
When?
I do. As soon as I get some free time here and from the States from my work, I would love to. I would love to come spend some time with you, man.
Oh, dope. Yo, okay. Well, I'm excited to have you here. Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, all I say is welcome. I can't wait for you to drop so we can. We'll start making music before you get here. But
I
to
love
make
that.
more music, yeah, make more
Yes.
music.
Send me anything. Send me anything. Anything that you could think of. Just send it to me, and I would do it in a heartbeat.
Amazing. I mean, like right now, the reason why I've even gotten slow with the music thing is because like I'm taking care of my mom. But I think very soon I'll be getting back home to studio work. I'm gonna be sending you stuff. I mean, you might have to block me.
It's okay. I would never do this. I would never do this. As soon as we get acclimated with when you get your your mom is the most important thing on this earth, besides yourself. So take care of your mother first, and there's no greater love than a mother's love. And
Oh yeah.
oh yeah. So just take care. Just don't you worry. Just I'll be here. The universe is so the universe, aka so you made sure that we linked up today. And the space and shout out to the spaces and Elon Musk for allowing us to just do whatever the heck we want in these spaces. Thank you.
Wait, a week ago, was it a week ago? I mean, a couple of days ago, like people were creating spaces about how Twitter was about to crash and it was ending, and how like Michael, I don't know whether you were here for that. It was amazing how little people believed in like the institution that Twitter has become. That they felt it would end, like it would
Mhm.
just like die. Wow, it was interesting to listen to. People thought Twitter would just go away because one rich man doesn't know how to like, you know, control people. I mean, it's weird. I mean, you don't just wake up one day, buy a company and tank it like for 44 billion. Are you mad?
Well, the
Yeah.
thing
Yo,
is, the algorithm is changing.
yeah, because of him, very soon I'll be verified. As soon as I get my hands on $8, I'm getting myself verified. Oh shit. Yo guys, I'm in town, yeah. I'm about to go off. Otherwise I'll get knocked down by a car.
Okay, see you
All
soon.
right, here we go.
Alright, bro.
Hi.
Safe.
Thanks for coming.
I'm looking for the instrumentals now one by one so that I can send it to him as well.
Yeah. If you send him 5, he'll send you like 3 back.
That's all good.
He's really quick with it.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, man. I understand like how quick we need to be in terms of like time
Not so
and
much like we don't have to be quick. It just he
yeah, I
doesn't.
know what you mean. I
You know
know
what
what
I
you
mean? Like
mean.
he
Yeah,
has a work ethic. Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, right.
Yeah. Everything happens in its own time, but with Spooky, it's like he. So he's gotten popular by what's happening in like Ghana, Nigeria is the artists will go on TikTok and they will play a part of a song and maybe sing a chorus and then leave a verse open
That's pretty cool.
and then people jump on. And so Spooky's gotten popular by doing, filling those verses. And so he can rap and sing like
Wow.
yourself, right? And
Wow.
so he started getting larger and larger and larger stages. And yeah, like most recently, he was opening on a show for like Ghana's most popular rapper, Soko Die. So, you know,
That's impressive. That's
yeah.
impressive.
So for him, it's just a muscle. Like you know what I mean? Like the music is already in him. His
He has
parents were in
he's
the
already
choir.
he's already has the name.
His parents were in the choir in church. Like I think his mom was like the choir director or something like that. So it's like the pedigree is there.
Right. Yeah, most great soul singers
It's
they
all out of the church.
come from some type of religious background for sure.
Yeah, they didn't study philosophy when they were a child.
Absolutely. I don't think none of them were. Well,
They didn't study computer science. Right? They'd be like,
jokes
hey,
today.
how come all these computer scientists suck at making music? Exactly. Because they're using science to make music. Music's music because it's religious, not because it's scientific.
This is true.
I remember reading. I say reading when I really mean listening to someone read something. I was listening to a lecture by the Durants, and he said that Egypt fell when their philosophy replaced their religion because they didn't realize that the arts and the music and the culture were built not on the philosophy but on the religion. And so when you displace religion for philosophy, the arts die with it.
I believe that. Unfortunately, in a way, at least for modern times today, I don't think people are currently, the type of people that kind of get away from religion. This is insulting to say. I'm just going to say it. you know, how we complain about how some movies just don't have the soul that they used to have, or the
Hmm.
quality. I just, I'm inclined to agree with that statement, that it's because we're, removing the soul from art forms that previously had it. So, or maybe we're just overly nostalgic. I don't. It's hard to say.
Well, the idea of the metaverse is the idea to create your own Garden of Eden and live within it.
Ideally, but if it doesn't really have any,
That's
um,
right.
I don't know. I'm being too judgy. I think I think I'll be quiet.
Oh, you've heard of the metaverse? Have you heard of the Manish verse?
No?
How's it going, Manish?
Oh, it's going great. Things are fine. My mom's recovering well, so things are fine. Just getting back on track. How have you been, everyone?
I've been seeing your DMs about the project.
Yeah, you know what?
What's the latest? Maybe you can give us a
Uh,
recap.
yeah. I came back to Bangalore to meet this guy. Didn't meet him still, but then I did some research around the stuff, and you know what?
I
There's
cannot hear him.
some.
Dang it! Should I drop out and come back?
Okay,
Is he
Yeah, maybe.
talking?
Here, let me remove and then add you back. Hold on.
but can you hear me,
I can hear you. Yeah.
Mike? Okay,
Yep.
sure.
It's interesting. We have two coconuts and an actual ground.
And white inside. I saw that. Not
Two
all
coconuts.
coconuts are white inside, is
The latest sitcom on NBC.
it? There's something interesting I discovered, and I discovered it today.
You got me.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Hold on. There is a new taxi hailing app that doesn't take any commission from the driver. And on top of it, all that application runs on blockchain. And the name is Drive, Drife. And I still don't know what the business model is, because they have some DRF token on blockchain. They give franchise or something. They've started in Bangalore, maybe the blue cab, and they, I think, expect that the value of the NFT would go up, but their main goal is something on the metaverse, something on the virtual world of that sort. So I was reading up on their website and some blogs. I might forward that to you. How may I forward that to you? Mhm, mhm, mhm. Am I audible? Am I audible?
I can
Okay, hold on.
hear you.
I think could
No,
be
we can hear
my.
you.
Okay, so DRIFE. Look that up. It's very interesting. They're doing something spooky on the blockchain.
Oh,
And in the
wow.
process, they might kill Uber. And so I'm discouraged to do this app for this guy. I might well say that to him that, boss, go to Drive, because they are giving you every penny from the customer that they are getting directly to your bank account. They are not taking any commission, 0%. So I'm thinking how they would earn. They are playing a longer game, a bigger
Maybe they're
game.
making a piece off the crypto. In other words, they are
Yeah,
taking it in the
that's
transaction. They're just doing it on the crypto side, where they can actually charge probably potentially a lot more, and then do a whole nother arbitrage around that.
Well, they can have the
Yeah,
FTT token, right? And then they can
yeah.
collateralize it and get BTC or fiat.
It says here they have a driver subscription fee.
Subscription fee, maybe, but maybe one time. But
Really, in the
if
end, you want bodies. How you get them, how long they stay. How long they stay matters, but how you get them, you don't care. If you have 700 bodies, you can
Yes.
make up your own math
Sorry.
around it.
They have the DRF token.
yes,
There we go.
there is a big Medium post around it, but somewhere I read. So the website is drive.taxi, but there is another website of the Drive.
I'm on
It's not
drive.io/franchise.
exactly, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
drive.io is the main one, and there's a drive.taxi, which gives all the features, spits out all the features
Well,
about this app.
it's franchise driven, right? So by selecting one of the staking options, you will join the Drive Franchisee Early Adopters Program, where you will automatically receive up to 10% of the profit share for that unit of operation. Each unit of operation is an NFT. This means its ownership is specifically verifiable to a non-divisible piece of the geographic location, bounded and geo-fenced. So what they're doing is a franchise has a territory represented by a geofence of longitude and latitude. Acquiring a proportion of the geographical NFT gives the franchisee rights to use the trademark IP, proprietary knowledge, and infrastructure to
Sexy.
support their business.
Okay.
It's gorgeous. I mean,
That's devilishly clever.
The best software developer is one who uses existing systems.
Who doesn't love sexy? That's right, America. We all love sexy.
So tell me their business model again. Franchisees, but then they are not taking money from the cab drivers.
But
right?
They don't have to. They create their own token. If the token has value down the road, the short run is you get the interest, right? In the medium term, you generate liquidity. And in the end game, you collateralize the liquidity and invest into shitcoins. Apparently, that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the model, right? FTX was underlied by a token called FTT. They gave FTT to Alameda, who used FTT as collateral. So in the short, medium to long term, when the DRF token has enough liquidity to use as collateral, then the end game begins, I guess, if we look at the lessons of history. Unless they decide not to over leverage their token. But I'm just saying, the lessons of history.
And the Lord speaketh and giveth and taketh away.
They have their full team shown on the website. Okay. Interesting.
How are we going to find this Flutter developer?
I was doing Flutter Flow myself, and it's not so easy. But then the question is, with Drive coming in Bangalore, which is giving 0%, Drive is already in Bangalore. They run it by Blue, BLUE. The cab's called BLUE, Ride with Blue. If you go to drive.taxi, it's called Ride with Blue. And at this
Sounds like
point,
a late night movie. Would you like to get on the blue ride?
Yeah. But I was looking at the prices and they are similar to Uber. It's not that much different. But then this guy is, for example, Uber charges $1,300. This guy charges $950 for airport.
If you wanted to
Nah.
optimize for learning,
Mhm,
what you might do is when you go back to the person, you can say,
mhm.
hey, um, I'm currently, as I was building, I discovered Drive.io. This is how Drive.io works. Do you like that idea, or would you still like to do something different?
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
can then you could learn and be like, okay, well, this is of interest to the business owner and this isn't.
yeah. I am yet to meet him, but I'll definitely meet and understand their business process, what they do, and then we can figure things out. I mean, we can regroup and see if that's viable model to work with. But because um, if they are really, offering it cheaper than Uber, and Drive is no cheaper than Uber, what I saw. So then maybe there's still a market, and every product of every category has a market. So let's see, they have a lot of customers. How many of them are? As you asked me earlier, what's their crunch? What is it? Churn? What's the customer churn?
What's their
And stuff
crunch?
like crunch. Yeah, sorry. That's also, I can ask that also. What's
Yes.
their
What
churn?
is your
And
crunch?
what's your crunch?
That's
And
the
what's
funniest.
your churn?
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Well, not
Yeah,
what's your
so
churn, what's your crunch. It's like the inverted churn.
yeah.
I think crunch
one
is
my
like Dave when
one 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 minus churn, or 100 minus churn is
yeah,
crunch.
1/1 minus churn is crunch. Yes. Yeah.
So sorry for the slip of
No,
tongue.
it's okay. This
But
is what coconuts sound like when they make jokes. The best.
yeah, but they are white inside, so I'm
Mhm.
pure at my heart. So yeah, but Drive can kill Uber. It has amazing potential to kill Uber. It's playing a very
Well,
big long game. And if
Explain
it can, if
explain
it can,
how can it disturb how can it this affect the Uber?
yeah, if you go to drive.taxi, you know,
Okay,
there are
okay.
some offerings that they have, mm,
But
which
they're just
gives.
trying to retain the current customer base because, as I have understood, the Uber is quite greedy on customer fees, or at least the taxi drivers are been complaining for the past several months.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I see a lot of potential for a concurrent application. Recently, there has been a lot of talk on using blockchain for geospatial data, which means like geolocationing without the usage of Google APIs and Google Maps. And if this technology takes off, it would be really cost effective to implement such technology into the taxi apps across the globe, which is going to definitely take the Uber out of the business. I give it a year or two because these kind of networks, I have seen similar usage here in Europe, but they are not that like expanded yet. What it actually does, like they place these 5G or 6G, don't hold my words, antennas, which are communicating through the tokenization protocol, and then they calculate geoposition of the devices in between these two antennas. It is something I know we're all Bitcoiners, but I do follow technology. So forgive me by mentioning this network. It's called Foam, FOAM network, Foam network, and it's being used for the geolocationing. I've been personally looking for some alternatives for the Google APIs because I see all the software as services protocols as bottlenecks an obstacle for the expansion and security in the future of these kind of business models. So foam network could be possible answer for the low cost geo mapping, because without that function, there would be no Uber.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Have
What I
you?
discovered,
Mhm.
I've heard of foam for the first time, but yeah, that's amazing. Looks good. Right?
Yeah, and it gives also, like, for example, but it has a lot of potential for the future way of nomadic living. For example, think about the tiny houses which are located out of the urban areas where there are no street numbers. So in order to get your Amazon Prime or delivery to the distant locations, this kind of networks could decide where the drones could drop ship their package. Or
Yeah, that sounds really interesting because India would benefit from such thing for
yeah,
sure, I
because
think.
of the mass migration, people would be able to, I know that there are going to be a lot of uh, questions raised, but because it's on a blockchain, we can guarantee the safety and the privacy of the end user by not disclosing their personal names and data, but still allowing these services to access the geolocation for the package delivery.
Hmm.
And that's excellent.
Did you see that MetaMask was going to start logging the IP addresses?
Yeah, but they're easy to spoof. For example, if you're using the MetaMask in a web browser on some Windows machine, and then you're using that Windows machine through the RDP service, you could easily spoof the geolocation, as same way the VPN networks are.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, did you notice that for most of the MetaMask users,
Yeah,
they're going to be identifiable now,
of course, they have always been, but they haven't been using those data sets as a whole. Like they
or they
added up.
just haven't been telling us that they have. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
exactly that. Because I work for the telcos and the data centrums, so I know that all data, like starting from IP and the rest, like MAC addresses and web browser agents and such, like they're all there in the system. Like only is like utilization of such, like just it is a question like what is it useful for. I understand that MetaMask is trying to do some kind of on machine KYC, like trying not to in a way infringe the privacy of users, but at the same time they have to verify somehow. So imagine like having a bunch of web browsers running in containers on a Docker and then transferred through the IPv6 network. It would also almost create a small DDoS attack. So they're just narrowing down the attack vectors. It's amazing how the technology unlocks the intelligent mind, providing so many insights and giving us ideas for improvement of the current services, because Web 2.0 is obsolete. Like now we are all going to see the rise of Web 3 and on-chain services more and more. Manish, are you looking into the foam network protocols?
I'll take a deep dive soon, but yeah, interesting.
I know when I capture someone's mind with some contagious idea, I know that the people get silent and they start thinking about it. But yeah, it is really interesting. I was our project. That's the also my official Twitter handle, City Shower 010, because 010 is the city code of Rotterdam, and we're placing these sustainable rain showers for the homeless people and the passengers on the locations which are not being charted in by the government. So we're avoiding the governmental facilities. By that, we're cutting the cost of the permits and construction and whatsoever. So in order to enlist all the locations which I'm about to build, I will be also using these kind of protocols inside the app to show to the users which locations are available to them.
This is interesting. This made me take a walk down the road.
Yeah, indeed. But sorry to interrupt you guys. I know this is being a recorded space by our Sir Dan. How are you doing, sir? Dan is absent.
I'm doing great. I'm playing roulette at the moment. Last bets. Let's see how we do it here, folks.
Good luck to you, sir.
Come on.
No more bets.
No more bets. The ball is out.
Hands off.
And
24.
24.
Even.
I lost.
You win.
Wait, no, I won. It was totally fucking luck. All right, never mind. Nice.
Welcome everyone to the Syndicate, the Oblivious Awards portion of the show. Welcome everyone. Raucus, how you feeling? Still coconutting?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alive. About to go for a walk.
On my Christmas
How
lights.
was the breakfast?
Oh, Waffle House is amazing, man. Do you guys have that there?
No, we don't.
I remember the Waffle House from that movie, 50 First Dates.
There were no flies on the ceiling today or on the windowsill, so that was good.
Oh yeah, so it was an open Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House is a truck stop, I guess truck stop food, but it's delicious. When I was,
Did you had some maple syrup with it?
No, I get the grits and sausage, eggs.
Ooh, yes, that's how we like it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. My kids love it, so it's different, I guess, if you're not used to truck stop food.
That's great.
Do we have to call them trucks?
What do you call them? What do you call them?
Yes, sir.
What do you guys call them?
Truck stop is a bit, passe.
I'm sorry. Truck stop community. What do we call it now? What is it? What is it?
A last mile solution community.
In Canada, we outlawed truckers, so we don't have them anymore.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot.
He's actually in front of a hearing right now over that shit.
I forgot.
I swear to God. Yeah.
I saw that. He's doing a pretty good job, though. He's getting some really.
You're just listening to the hair.
Yeah.
So there was one guy that got indicted for that.
For real?
Well, that was the short run. Now we're in the long run.
I'm sorry. You mean the issue you guys had, the incident you guys had, like what, a year ago, a couple of years ago?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's one guy going down for that?
No, well, right now they're debating whether it was constitutional for them to declare a state of emergency for a protest. That's what they're having hearings on right now.
It sounds like a leftist action.
It's bizarre. I had friends who donated to that from here, and I have friends who live in Canada, and it was just a weird, like, why would you donate as an American? Why would you donate money to that? It's like, good luck trying to visit the country now. You're not gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't understand why my friends were donating towards that.
They were making a political statement. They were making a political contribution when you think about it.
They were, but I think for us, it's always like rebellion. I think we get caught up into rebellion, and I don't think we understood it. completely what was going on. I
I
don't think.
believe that those causes are just wasting the people's time and energy without any real world impact. I haven't seen anything of those scopes like having immediate change or causing a change in whatsoever matter.
Actually, no, they did. They after the truckers protested, they ended up removing a lot of the lockdowns.
But where did the money go?
Which money?
Like the money that, let's say, we donated, citizens donated to
Oh,
that.
it probably went to take people out of jail that were imprisoned or pay for their lawyers. I'm gonna go for a walk with the wifey. I'll see you guys soon.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Enjoy your work.
Bye.
Take care.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Take care. Alrighty.